We are live.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back after our little hiatus. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you had a great week last week. Hope this week is going well for you too. Welcome back to Signal of Screams. I don't have anything else to say. I didn't think of anything else to say. So we'll go around
Brevity's
and say
the
hello.
soul of wit.
Not with me. I'll go around and say hello to everyone, and I'll give everyone a little refresher after that. So, Dan, how are you?
Hi, I'm all right. We return. Thank you for letting us escape for a little bit. And chat, as always, let me know how sound resounds in your ears. I might get some music playing here in a little bit too. But we're good. Thanks for all being here.
Oh, yeah. And History, how have you been this week?
Eager to get back into this scenario and save the galaxy from this horrible threat. Other than that, work, and a little bit of springtime. So life's good, ready to roll.
Absolutely. And when has an app ever caused a problem for humanity ever? I think it's a conspiracy theory. And Kaio,
it's
how
like
are you?
TikTok.
Hey. Oh boy. Hey everybody, I'm doing pretty good. I am also looking forward to getting back to this. Glad everybody made it back safe and sound, and I used up all of my bad rolls this weekend. At least that's what I keep telling myself. So I'm fairly confident that whatever luck was supposed to be charging in this hat is back where it needs to be.
I see the meter.
That's how it works, right?
Yeah. It's got to
good.
disperse every once in a while, the good luck.
Sure, bad luck runs out on rolls. I know what that's like.
Yeah.
Kristen, how are you doing?
Hey, doing well. We're still on California time in our minds, so I feel really fresh. And so I've been staying up so late, and I'm like, I gotta go to bed early. But yeah, so hopefully we will defeat these baddies, and I won't run out of spells. It'll be fine.
Yeah, you are all currently in a thick of it with some baddies. And I mean, newly turned baddies. They were your friends. The Buzzblades, the Brutaris team that you had befriended and sort of cajoled with earlier in the adventure, have gone a bit wonky. It's just a little bleeding from the eyes, and yeah. So you've been in a fist fight with them.
They also sound so nonchalant.
They've also strung up Philip prisoner by chains and minor infractions, really.
He kind of deserved it.
It's like that's gross. I don't know that we feel bad.
You're like, ew, but
Get it.
I wouldn't have approached it the same way,
Right.
but I understand.
So yeah, you have to kind of dispose of your late friends, or soon-to-be late friends here, to access the server room, which is where you have tracked the true source of the signal that's been causing everybody's descent into madness here. And we will jump right into that. But first, I have to read out the benefits that we have from last stream. So, let me see. We had a mythic renewal from a feline named JJ, giving 1 to Kaio, 1 to History Racer Button, and 1 to myself. Thank you very much,
Nice.
feline.
Thank you.
And then we got 37 likes, which means there's 2 inspirations to Kaio, 2 to History, 2 to me, 1 to Dan, 1 to Kristen.
Nice.
All right.
Thank you.
And same story, those will apply after this current battle ends, where the prior ones will vanish.
You are correct. So any you have now, I'd use them up, and then we'll renew at the end of battle. And are we, Chrysanth, you're around, right? Are we doing the new chat donations on this stream or not yet? So answer that for me.
Posted the menu in chat.
I see a menu. Yeah.
20, 50, 100. Okay, that is the thing. Okay, so I don't know if we're doing the new thing yet. Okay, so I won't say that. I don't think so. Fantastic. Not yet. Okay, then I won't say anything about that. All right.
You heard nothing.
Nothing to see here. All right. So turn order was, at last I checked, unaffected. We were still where we needed to be.
I'll swoosh over too.
Oh yeah, swoosh. I'm sorry, swoosh. I'm out of practice. I got a week off and I don't know what I'm doing. All right.
New game, who dis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's going to be when I start Strange Aeons.
Boy.
Oh, I'm Sevi and Arudai again. I don't know how I'm going to survive it. So
We will always be the favorites, right, Noelle?
you are still holding true to being the nice group.
Yeah.
Yay.
All right. So let's see. Is it Cass? You didn't go yet, correct?
I don't think
you did.
so. No.
I don't think
we
you did
ended on
either.
her turn. Yep.
Correct.
Okay, lovely. Then it'll be Cass's turn here, and we'll we'll go from there.
Okay. So I want to refresh the northern guy and the southern guy. They're both dead, right?
Oh my gosh, I can't remember their names. Barrel Door, little dwarf dude, he's dead, and Lomer, who is down here.
Mm-hmm.
That's the android lady. She is dead, but I think everyone else is hanging on.
Okay.
So
yeah. I think I'm going to go after Notorious. Just because I can.
Well, wait, remember last time. She's unconscious, and I'm literally bridging between her body and the metal server rack, channeling the electricity to try to have it not kill her.
I forgot that. Yeah.
I forgot that as well. She is near death.
Yes, and you're trying to prevent her from dying, though.
Yeah.
You had marked her at 1 hit point because there was no way to say, 0 hit points and not dead.
Yes.
She's encumbered, suffering that persistent damage, unconscious, blinded, prone, clumsy, and off guard.
I don't know who gave her persistent electricity damage. Who would do that?
Where did this come from?
Cover my hands. Okay, so then I'm gonna. Who's the last one? Oh, I forget their name. I only have Verily.
Yeah, that's.
I'll get Verili then. So I'm right in front of her. I'm gonna just use the cattle prod strike.
Nice hit.
Oh, yeah.
Critical hit.
Oh my gosh, really? Okay. I'm just trying to bring her down.
Ooh, max damage.
Hold on. How does she look?
Not great.
Okay. So I don't Cass took a swing at her, sees that she looks really bad, and then she thinks back to what Daxxon was saying about how these are people, and she is like, okay, I'm not going to kill her. So she's just going to jump on her and try to tackle her down. That's her next move.
Oh, okay. So we're gonna try and grapple or pin, or so you're not just trying to knock her over. You're trying to hold her down.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see.
Sad enough.
Oh, we're doing this now.
Yeah, it might be something you're trained in.
I'm trained in athletics.
All right, that'll do it for me. Yeah.
Okay. So just trying to
Go for
pin
the
her down
ankles.
and try. She's trying to hold back and not kill her. We'll see.
Oof.
All right, I'm just looking in here for a second. Uno momento.
Yeah, lady wrestling.
I guess it'd be against. Does she even have like proficiencies and stuff?
Guess they lady wrestling.
Wrestling. I got some of those moves. Elbow.
Fatality.
Yeah.
Oops.
Oops.
Oop. Yeah, right.
Should it be opposed? I don't really see that it says. So, sure, why not? And I
Always a
fight you
good
off?
default.
Oh dear!
You did. You got it.
Just barely.
I just made it. That's amazing. So no, I won't be pinned down. She might not be good at a whole bunch else, but she won't be pinned down.
Sounds good.
All right.
I think that's all I
Okay.
got.
All right, so that makes it Riku's turn.
Right. Yes, right. Trying to keep them. All right. I try to punch her non-lethally. That's a thing.
Yeah.
And with punching, it's not a penalty because that's naturally non-lethal.
Nice.
Uh-oh.
Critical
This is non-lethal. I
non-lethal.
repeat, non-lethal.
Riku just crushes it. Okay. All right.
There's the damage.
Ow!
Oh,
You never know. It could have been those last 2 hit points. That could have been the difference, but not today.
Not
From outside
today.
Riku.
I might have been targeting the wrong one. Oh dear.
Oh, hang on. Did you actually? Oh, you did. You targeted Notorious. Hang on.
Okay.
smacked
Well, that was a hit.
Hang
so-
on. I gotta put that back. She has 1 hit point. Crap.
Well, I took her down. That's good.
Actually, it's a placeholder hit point. She's literally at 0, but there's no, but the
Oh,
token
there
will
was.
go to death.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah,
because
she-
she's unconscious. That's
oh,
right. Okay, never mind.
Yeah,
never mind,
and
never
you
mind.
didn't have a way to
Okay,
do that.
then no,
other
I
than giving her one hit
wouldn't
point.
have attacked. Wouldn't have attacked them on. Oh, all right. So
What is that for? Hang on. I'll put.
sorry.
I'll I'll put the 4 damage on the other one though.
That's the bad hair day. Shout out to chat. Yo, just ruffles her.
And that actually, it was literally only 2 because it was a roll of a 1. So it was the
Oh,
critical hit
man.
was 2.
No, okay. Well, then it was only 2. Okay, now let's add 2 back in. Let's. Okay.
I play video games good, Chad. Oh boy. All right.
You
see.
slapped her across the face the way that would get her attention if she wasn't psychotic right now.
Now you be nice. Just lay down.
Oh
Okay.
goodness.
All right. Let's try this again. Oh crud! It wasn't targeted. Does a 19 hit?
For Virlai, it
Ye-
does. Yeah.
uh,
Yeah, it'll hit. It's
yep.
not a critical, but it'll hit.
All right.
Do you take the -5 for yes? You do, or no, only -4 for. You're right. It's
It's only
unarmed.
-4.
Yeah, because the
Yeah.
unarmed is naturally agile.
There's another. Just lay down. Come on. What's your problem?
Stop it.
Oh my
Right.
word.
Let's see.
Smack
And
her.
then
Who to bring to Fight Club?
just because. Yeah, just because it's gonna. All right, and then I'm going to try to grapple at the max map minus value. This is gonna end well. Here we go.
We're just flying around bodies.
I was gonna say, does
Yep,
this still
critical
have
failure. I leap
Different-
at her and just get over here.
Ah,
Not moving.
smack, smack. Ah.
We're trying to rescue you. Stop it.
Oh, you're not very good at not killing people.
He's successfully not dead.
I mean, well, I guess. Okay, yes, that one was good at not killing people. Daxxon, you were not good at not killing people.
Ouch.
Okay, sorry. That makes it Nicky's turn.
Okay. They're having fun over there. So Nicky's gonna focus on, because that one's down. Although there is that person still to the side. I will use my first action. Go get him. I'm just gonna cheer on the slap fight and target Virali. Like, come on, smack her right out of it.
I'm trying. That's actually
Smack
a
her
punch.
face
It's
off her
not-
face.
Don't know what. My wrists are limp.
Oh, that's so good. And then, actually, I'll attempt. Does she have any implants on her or any kind of tech?
The keys?
That's a good question. I mean, she's going to
Right, she
have
does
her,
the keys, right?
her, yeah, she's going to have her keys. So,
Right. You know what I'm doing. Create a diversion. I'm going to attempt to get those ads going again, because that's our thing. Rolling up. Boom.
Nice.
Oh,
Very nice.
yeah.
Woot.
And that's against the perception DC.
oh no.
Pretty sure it'll be fine.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Yeah, you're good.
Okay. So I'm considered hidden to her for the rest of my turn, and she is suppressed. And
Help, I'm being suppressed.
so that's that. -1 to everything, -5 to speed. And then his last action will be to interact now with this server, because he hasn't done that yet. So he'll attempt to hack into that one. If I remember right, that was the security server.
System security. Oh, hang on.
I mean, either way, whatever it is, he's hacking into it.
What was the first one you hacked into?
It's like a database of some kind.
Oh, that was you
That was
hacked
this
into
one.
the financial one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
All
that
the
was that one.
records.
And so which
I'm-
one did you want to go into now? You want to go into this one?
Yeah, I'm standing next to.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'll roll computers with my hacker kit. Boom. Okay. 26. And that's my turn.
All right. You're hacking into that one. That one is. So it's systems security module. Okay. So you're gonna look and see what you see on the security module?
Yeah, if there's any way I can, through that one, gain control to the room or anything, too. That's what he'll be trying for. But I figure breaking in's the first step.
Yep. So you can break in.
Okay.
And we can go over what is in there after the fight if you want. But you can get in.
Cool.
Sweet. Okay.
That's me.
Woo, so it's Daxxon's turn.
Yeah. Well, since I'm going to continue what I was doing, a 2-action attempt to quash the persistent damage. Still trying to ground out Notorious 13, and that's just a flat save. So, and I think it's 15 is the DC as a default, unless something has changed it. Unless the GM thinks that my clever attempt to ground it out is worth lowering the DC.
How much lower do you want it to be? 10? 12? 10, 12?
I'd go with 12. 12 seems reasonable.
12 seems like a reasonable middle ground. I say 12.
Okay. Well, I could have taken the
Nice.
15 and I'd still have been happy. So, okay. That'll stop that persistent damage so that she won't be at the risk of fully dying.
Lovely.
And
Can
then with my remaining action, now that she's grunted out, I'm gonna, let go of her, and just since I'm kind of already crouched down, just gonna reach over and grab Virali's leg and try to trip her. So that will be got a hand free. Athletics against her reflex DC.
Reflex DC,
So,
okay.
My athletics and strength expert, no other modifiers. Doesn't have to be non-lethal, because
Nope.
it just really is. So,
Oh,
oh, not so good.
Ooh.
20 against her reflex DC.
yeah, it's 17, so you're good.
Oh, okay. Well, he lands prone.
Prone.
Falls in prone, but no damage.
Okay. All right, Virali.
That would be all for me.
But those dice looked really good.
Prone. There we go. Okay.
Also, there's miraculous dragon things happening in chat.
There is
Oh,
a
wow.
$100 super chat by Dragon Noodle Soup. He says Dragon does a miracles with a squiggly face. Thank you, Dragon
Thank
Noodle
you.
Soup.
Thank you, Dragon
Thank
Noodle
you,
Soup.
Dragon Noodle
Awesome.
Okay. What was I gonna say?
I don't know. What's a miracle?
A miracle is don't you all get a hero point or an? Oh dear.
I would have to defer to the bookkeeping queen shirts.
100 party inspiration.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
See, I found my note.
Thank you. Yay.
The super secret post-it.
My super secret post-it notes. I found it. Okay. All right. So it is Notorious 13's turn. Not that she's awake or can see or not encumbered. I don't. Oh boy, hang on. Let's see. You take a -4, and then all this stuff. If I take damage, I don't think I'm waking up.
No, it would take
No.
somebody
It
doing
would
some
take-
healing or trying to
Yeah,
slap
to
her
shake
awake or
me,
something. Yeah.
and I was like, no one's doing any of that. I ain't getting up.
A little
So-
Riku slap.
Well, that wasn't meant for
Punch her.
her.
It wasn't meant for you.
She's under
It wasn't
some
meant for you. Go back to sleep.
Wrong person. Oh, okay, so no,
Okay.
she's I think it's just Virali who has to stand up. So yeah, I think. So I have to use an action to stand. So I'm gonna stand. And
Did you just finish standing up?
Yes,
Well, I think I'm going to whack
did.
you with a reaction strike.
I was hoping you would just be like, "Oh, I don't know. I don't."
This is why I trip her.
I do
Yes.
so I can smack.
Exactly. I will take the non-lethal penalty on it, though. So I will strike, and I will add -2
Just picture Daxxon and
Four.
Riku just
non-lethal.
non-lethal.
Daxxon's gonna come in like, boom.
Yeah.
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, woman?
I got to target somebody. Doggone
You
it.
got target
Target
Virali.
her. Yeah,
There you
target
go.
her. Try that again. Strike. -2 for non-lethal. And boom. Oh, well,
Oh,
Oh,
oh.
I mean,
I mean, so-
still a hit. Not
That's
an impressive
wild.
one, but- Okay, so damage, strength, yes. No constellation vortex, no weapon specialization, yes, and no other damage type. So boom.
Daxxon specialized in the smack.
It's a big smack.
10 points of damage.
I mean, we're getting there.
Oh,
We're
really?
not
Still
great.
not.
And also that means this is something I haven't really been, it hasn't mattered much and it probably won't hear. But when I hit somebody when I'm graviton attuned, it makes all the squares around them difficult terrain.
Oh, great.
Literally the
Fantastic.
force of gravity.
Yes,
Ooh.
exactly.
All right.
Usually
yeah.
they don't, usually they're not moving more than a step or so away, so it doesn't really play into things much.
That's still
That's
fun.
so good.
Yeah.
Especially,
I know.
not to make fun of Riku, but it's 10 times factor of his slap.
Yep.
Well, I did do it with a blazing magenta weapon of pure will,
I'm still gonna imagine it's your hand. That's my canon.
It's the Batman Robin, no.
Yeah. Oh. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm still not unconscious or dead, so I'm gonna try and knife someone.
Right in
So that's Cass. I think I would try and knife Cass.
I usually get hit, so let's see.
I have to make sure.
I'm still because of wrestling, and she's getting smacked around. This poor girl.
She's just like waving the knife. I have to make sure
Some rat in the back is yelling insults at her.
this has the multiple.
It's a bad
attacks.
day.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Did that roll? Why not roll? Why not roll?
Why you know?
Unknown.
It won't roll. Why not roll, Switchblade?
Why for you no roll?
You have somebody targeted?
Yeah, I have cast targeted, right? Right?
Yeah.
No? Oh, I guess I don't. I guess I thought I did,
Yeah,
but I didn't.
there's no dot above her.
Oops. There we go. There we go.
Nice.
Told you, it always hits me. Cass is kind of clunky. She can't move fast.
Oh,
Hey.
Ow.
Wow.
Ugh.
that was a good knife.
Got me in the cords.
Got in the corner. I want to move, but everything is difficult terrain, and if I can I step? Can I step this way? I don't know that I can step anyway.
You can't step into difficult terrain, I don't think. At least
no, you
not
can't.
without some special ability.
You cannot step into difficult terrain, and I don't want to move more than that because Daxxon will hit me again.
In fairness, I can't because it was a reaction strike to hit her when she stood up.
Okay, so you can't do.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can't reactor strike again. So if I can only go through difficult terrain, so all the spaces around me or you, all the spaces around me or you.
You.
So that makes them twice as much. Oh, I can only go 2. That doesn't make things any better. Okay.
Ooh, yeah, that's rough.
I think I'm just gonna stay. I'm gonna stay here. I gotta
Take
all
it.
right. All right.
She plays Brutaris. She doesn't know about going away from a fight.
That's true.
All I know is smacks and knife.
It's the opening tag to your metal album. All I know is smacks and knives.
Oh, okay. That makes it Cass's turn.
Okay. So Cass is hissing a little bit out of her side. And she grabs her cattle prod again, and she's ready to, like, smack her down with it because she's kind of angry at this point. And collects herself and instead smacks it in her hand and electrifies it to zap her out. So I'm taking the -2 penalty to have it be non-lethal. Hopefully. Dang it. Can I use my inspiration on that?
Do it.
Yeah, it's not, yeah.
1 to 1.
Yeah.
Okay. Reroll. What option is it? Is it using a hero point?
No.
But that's not right.
You just gotta
Where is it?
manually do it. Just do
You
the
just
roll
gotta
again.
you gotta do a manually advantage roll. Yeah, you can
There should
Reroll
be
and
on
keep
your-
the higher result.
Yeah, just attack again and click keep higher.
Okay.
There you go.
Critical.
Oh. Beauty.
Shock you. Dang.
There's that one again.
This is supposed to be non-lethal, right?
Yeah, non-lethal. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got the penalty in there.
Okay. Oh, I don't want her to die. No, it's still dead her. Hang on. She should just be unconscious. So let me fix that. Let's
I love how it
That
does
wasn't my
it
fault.
twice.
That wasn't my fault.
Dead.
And
Like they're really
So
dead.
good.
They're double tapped.
Double secret probation death. Yeah.
unconscious. Okay, so she's unconscious.
Does that mean we're out of combat?
Are we gonna leave this place with a bunch of crazy people? Where are we
I
putting
know.
all
What
these
is-
people?
what is- I'm curious, as you know, the voice in the sky, as to what are you gonna do with all these people that you're trying to say?
I don't know.
Well, not murder them. I mean,
Maybe we can fix them.
Okay.
yeah. At this
I
point,
can
if,
fix it.
I can.
if they're unconscious, I'm fine with, leaving them here. Do I have anything that we could tie them up with? Let me see if I've got anything.
Somebody had rope.
Bye.
If nothing else,
got
we can yank
cables.
cables out of the servers
Yeah.
and
Let's
just
tie
get
'em
them
up.
tied up.
We had. Yeah, we had climbing rope from earlier, but it's actually climbing cable. I mean, it
That
potentially
sounds
could be
stronger.
used.
Yeah. You
It'll
probably
dig
need a
into
little
them, that's
more
for
for
sure.
Notorious than you will for Verily, but you know.
Yeah.
It's,
I'm worried about Notorious.
All
Well,
right,
hopefully we
so-
don't need any climbing material anymore, because I don't think we have. I'm not sure how much is in this climbing kit.
Well, it should be enough to bind up a couple of psychoed out Brutaris players.
Yeah, a couple more, because we used it on that gentleman up in the other room.
Oh, that's right. We managed to keep him alive too, didn't we? The Kasatha? Or Kathasa, whichever it is.
Yes.
Kathasa, I think, yeah. Good. That means, we've only killed half of the Buzzblades that we've met. So, progress.
Yeah.
Progress, not perfection.
Look, if we find the source of whatever has caused this weird rift to the Shadow Realm, whatever it is, if we can get rid of that, I think they'll be okay. I think they'll recover.
Maybe. Might have some emotional damage.
Emotional
you have
damage.
emotional damage.
That would be understandable. In the
You're gonna be that
meantime,
one
I'm gonna
farm in Walking Dead with the barn full of zombies.
exactly
Fix it.
They'll get better. Philip
They'll go
Kazner
better.
is over here, suspended from chains and cables.
He is, and is
fully
surprised.
dead, or is he
Oh
alive?
no, he is surprisingly not dead. In fact, once you're done with your spat here with the rest of the Buzzblades, you can sort of hear him give a really grim chuckle, Oh, the Dark Queen. She is truly pleased with you. You are her instruments. And he's sort of laughing himself, bloody, suspended in his chains.
I ain't nobody's instrument, Phil. What are you talking about?
Pardon?
He's just gonna cackle to himself. He's having a grand old time.
He must be delirious
So-
from all the pain.
If this queen is so pleased with us, maybe we should get the opportunity to meet her in person. Where is she, Philip?
You will meet her. Soon you will see.
Ugh.
Very soon.
Mm-mm. I don't like
You
it.
could nod in a direction if you wanted to make sure that happened, because I'm eager to meet her.
He's gonna lift up his head a bit. I mean, keep in mind he has no skin. He is flayed. Just so you're aware. I mean, he has no eyes.
Oh man!
In his head, and he's just going to say, "She's inside us all," and just continue to laugh.
Very Event Horizon.
Yes.
Well, we came in this way over here, I think. Why am I not getting a ping?
On the east side.
Oh, I'm not getting pings.
Yep,
either.
you came in. You came in over here. Yeah.
Right. And we know that this door over here, which also won't ping from. I don't know why my click and ping isn't working.
Yeah. Door here. Yep.
But that door, we know that leads back to where we came from. So that appears that leaves this over here. Oh, it's because I was clicking literally on door icons, and it was waiting to open them when I released my mouse.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Is this a door? What is this? This is a door. Why can't I open this door?
It looks kind of.
That's a door?
on,
I don't
like
see
a
it.
door icon.
Yeah, it doesn't. It won't door.
It does look like a there is no
Yeah, you can walk through it.
Oh.
Is that actually a place?
Secret door.
Or is that outside the map?
Secret tunnel.
Yeah, exactly.
secret tunnel.
You can go through it anyway, so I won't redoor it for whatever reason.
Once again, we meet our greatest nemesis: doors on maps.
Doors on maps.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, guys? Should we? It looks like this might. I don't have any sense of where this queen might be, other than perhaps further through this. This room seemed like a place to stop us from moving forward. So
Well,
I'm thinking through here and on down into this tunnel.
I got hacked into the security system here. I don't know if there's any access I can see.
This was just the server room where the signal was pinging from for you. After you turned off the red herring signal down in the tunnels.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
If we could
Is
take
there
at least 10
anything
minutes.
to deactivate in here, Nicky?
Let's find out.
So you found the financial module. You have just hacked into the security module. So this gives you access to the security feeds, if you wanted to look at those. It also gives you access to like the doors, and not just throughout the entire resort, including the docking bays.
I like that.
Yep. So you can also deactivate from here any quarantine lockdown protocols. So that's up to you.
I don't know if we could take a quick look in the cameras to see what's going on around.
You want to let crazies be running around here?
No, not at all. Not at all. I just, like, if someone is in trouble.
Everybody's in trouble.
Yeah, I'd say see what you can through the cameras. If we find that there's some room where there's a lot of the guests crazy in it, leave them bottled up. But if we can find something that looks like we need to go take care of it and unlock the path to it, let's do it.
I'm wondering, I'll throw a curveball at Noel. I have quick crafting. I'm wondering if I could set up something now that I'm inside the security console where I could create a link to my data pad, or actually to the doctor's data pad, where I could access it when I'm away from it.
I would say you could probably download information from it onto your data pad to take with you, but I don't think you could manipulate the server remotely from a data pad.
Okay, download sounds good. At least maybe unlock code or something. Or maybe I can get like the head of security. Try to find the head of security's credentials.
Oh yeah, you're looking for Kane. Kane Zaffel. You haven't seen him around, have you?
He's on the list.
Yeah. So if you want to look at cameras, you can look at cameras. You have the run of the resort as far as cameras are concerned.
Okay, I was thinking more like if I had the credentials, because I don't want to unlock all the doors, but if we're able to unlock a door if we need to.
Most things here go by either by biometrics or by a particularly like embedded, what would act like a key card at the with the personal data pads of the resort staff. Like you have Dr. Lohman, so like you can use hers, whatever it would allow her access to, you could access, but they wouldn't be stored on here. They'd be biometric or on those particular devices.
All right. Well, there's not too much I can do here. I could check out the other one, and we could look at the cameras to see what's going on.
Let's find
And don't forget,
big scary things.
You also gives you access to any doors, including blast doors, including the docking bays.
Right. I mean, I figure. Let's take a look at the docking bay and see what's going
How's
on
our
over
ship?
there.
Is it still there?
Oh, your ship is there. You just can't access it because because of the lockdowns. The blast doors are up, so you can't leave.
So if there's any cameras, I want to see what the docking bay looks like right now. Like, is there any crazies going on, or?
So because the blast doors went up before things got really out of hand, there's no one currently in the docking bay itself.
Okay.
The blast doors have kept anyone out.
And if I'm able to, on the other side of the blast doors, is there any fights going on, or?
So if you remember when you came in, the docking bays lead right into the main sort of open arboretum area where Greenfields is.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And there are quite a few people gathered in Greenfields, including your friend, Kane Zaffel, with some guests that look a little worse for wear, and maybe a few security robots. They seem to be having a bit of a soiree down there.
Is he in the process of beating up guests?
Yeah,
that was killing them.
Is Kane trying to fight off the affected guests?
Like, yeah, does it look like security versus infected guests, or?
No. They all look kind of messed up.
Ah, okay.
They're just kind of milling around like we sure wish we had some adventurers to attack.
Some weird masochistic stuff there. Okay. Well, I don't know that I should open the doors right now. They're probably just gonna wander their way in there.
Yeah, that's nothing. I agree.
At least we know we can. I can get back in here. Unless maybe we could... Man, okay, honestly, everybody, what are we... motioning to the wrapped up people. What are we doing with these? And what are we doing with the guy we left in the other room? Like... Look, I want to help everybody as much as I can too, but realistically, I don't know what we're doing.
We're just keeping
We have to
safe.
find the source of the. We have to find whatever started this signal and stop it, and otherwise, it won't matter if eventually they'll come to, and they'll still be insane if we can't figure out what's creating the signals seem to be coming from in here.
From in here, yeah. All right, I'll start looking for that. Are we thinking we're just gonna leave him here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
We can't really take them with us.
Right.
Yeah.
they'll for the time frame we have left to get to whatever is causing this. They're probably going to be unconscious for that time. But if this isn't something where we're going to be spending, I certainly hope we're not going to be spending days trying to resolve this. If we don't have it wrapped up in hours, we may just have to leave this place and warn other people.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll try the next server over here. See what I can find.
We're gonna be here. I'll patch you up
Sure,
while
that'd
you're
be great.
working.
I'll patch you up while you're patching him up.
That
try to
would
get
be
any-
great for sides hissing.
Yeah, so the server that you would be looking at next actually doesn't have a nameplate on it like the other ones did.
Don't like that.
So yeah, you can definitely try and hack into it.
Ooh, crit success. Nice.
Nicely done.
Well,
Oh,
dice, dice.
Oh, no,
High
that's a-
healing. Ooh, I feel much better.
Very good.
Alright.
No longer hissing. That's great.
Buffed out some of the sparks.
Can I,
excellent. You just made it. Okay. So
can I heal Riku too?
It would just take another 10 minutes. so.
yep.
I'm-
You'll
so
have
kind.
time.
Okay.
He's digging through the servers.
Dang. Why is my sweaty
Okay.
so bad?
Still works,
So-
thank you.
You are able to, once you get in here, realize that this is the server being used to send out this signal throughout New Elysium. It contains a whole ton of notes that refer to the resort and the Keys to Elysium app as a test project. It has references to a larger project called the Penumbra Protocol.
Wasn't that what they were promoting during the big event?
Yep.
The New Elysium's keys is the gateway to Penumbra.
To Penumbra, yeah.
Basically, it talks about its development on Verces, the planet of Verces, in the city of Kuvakara, under the watchful eye of the Eclipse Innovations Corporation, run by none other than Kion Reitz.
Fancy pants. Yeah.
Fancy pants.
Crazy
scumbag.
pants. But it also makes references to another person or entity providing necessary backing and encouragement, but does not name them.
Of course. Is that Theodore?
Any references to a Theodore in
Or
there
Theodore?
anywhere?
Yeah.
Not by name, only Kion and his investments in New Elysium as the testing grounds for keys to be sort of the running up to the Penumbra application, and Eclipse's hands in it. I mean, obviously in here too, this will allow you to sort of like fully access the Keys app, but also to turn it off. Like you can shut the whole thing down from in here. This is the server that would handle all of that stuff.
Okay.
I
What do you
mean,
guys think?
Yeah, if
Right.
keys is probably what something is being. Keys is like a carrier signal, sending crazy to everybody.
Yeah.
Hey, shut it down. We're lucky. We're lucky we've
Agreed.
been able to escape the effects. I think.
I mean, we're telling this thing where we are.
Yeah, I'm just well. Let's one thing at a time. I'm gonna shut this thing down. Keys off.
Okay.
Yep.
Do you want to turn the
So-
lights off? Everybody have dark vision?
I've
low
got my
light.
implants in.
I think I only
I've
have
got
low
a
light.
nice
not
pair
dark
of
vision.
glasses.
Yeah, me too.
So when you turn Keys off, I mean, it's off. You're not going to be able to turn it back on. It is completely shut down. You lose all access to any of the New Elysium interfaces through your comlink units, storefronts, any communications you have with one another remotely. All of that stops working. None of that works anymore. It also doesn't, there's certain areas you won't be able to get access to, like the lodging areas. You will no longer be able to gain access to because it's off. But I mean, you can still walk freely, around the resort. You can still do that.
Will we be able to? Nicky, do you think you'll be able to get us through doors if we need to? Without keys?
That's a good question. Can I open doors without keys?
Well, you do have Dr. Loman's data pad.
Ah.
And my ratty little fingers.
Yeah, they squeeze into tight places.
He winks at Cass.
Who's that?
I just like teasing you.
We're not this kind of show.
I'm very
Keep
good at
saying
opening
it might
doors.
eventually be true.
But yeah, I think I can still try. It would be tricky, but I think we gotta make this stop, right? We can cross whatever bridge it presents to us.
I think so. And who knows, if we cut this off, maybe that makes something angry enough to come, to come make the mistake of getting in front of me right now.
I like your positive attitude, Daxxon. Let's do it. Keys off. Y'all done. Take a break. You can go resort. We're done.
Doohickey.
All right, keys is off. Yeah, I mean, like, it's rather unimpressive. The screens on your comlinks kind of flicker out. If you tap them, nothing comes up. No more unsolicited ads for products. So no more car warranties. No more.
Wait, chat wanted Temu ads.
Yeah, no more Temu ads, no more extended warranties. But also realize this means like that piece of tech that you were using for distractions, it's kind of junk now. It doesn't work. So unless someone has an implant.
Worth it.
Did this, when we shut off the app, does that totally deactivate our pre-existing comm units that we had installed the app on? Is it basically like the removal of this app is wiping the comm unit? Or?
Your comm unit, likely right now with the other lockdown protocols, has no signal from outside. And if you're shutting down keys in the resort, it's virtually useless. It's like your phone on airplane mode. So it's yeah. So you can turn off, just to reiterate, you have the ability to turn off the lockdown protocols, which will drop the blast doors to your ship. So you can do those things.
Okay. Well, now I'm gonna look at the crazies on the floor and see if they changed it all now that it's off.
I mean, no, the crazies exist. The shutting off keys, they are already afflicted. Some of them succumb, some more than others, but they're there. The signal itself has stopped emanating from here.
Sorry, Daxxon.
I was really hoping that the conscious people in the green fields would kind of change in their behavior, and it looks like they're still.
Whatever has corrupted them, I mean, it's not. It wasn't something that stopped with the signal. Is what you're seeing. If you're watching the cameras, like, people are still corrupted.
So it's more like something that. See, this is what I'm wondering with all this stuff. It's like, why would they want to make everybody crazy, right? With the penumbra stuff. Yeah, something else is piggybacking off of them.
What's a test?
Are they insane?
Who said that?
Shut up, Phil.
I heard the queen.
Yeah, Phil's over there laughing, and he's like, I see more clearly than you. There is only pain, only pain.
I am going to try to recall what I can of occultism to see if I can think of anything where
Phil's starting to sound like my grandma.
where some kind of psychotic occult spell coming over people can be reversed.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Roll me an occult.
See if I got no modifiers for it, so
Did your grandmother not like doctors? I mean, we can
I'm gonna go
normally
ahead and
treat most of the
use
pain.
I'm gonna go ahead and use inspiration on that.
She did not like doctors. She also likes complaining.
There we go.
hey,
Finally,
Oh.
inspiration.
Woo! Nice little animation on the dice too.
That's fun.
No, it was all swirly. So, yeah, this corruption. It behaves more as a curse. This corruption. It's not the signal. It doesn't activate and deactivate with the signal. The signal implants it by turning off the signal once it's taken hold. Doesn't stop the corruption. So you're going to have to find out how to cure it.
Well,
And keep in
a
mind,
lot
you're
of curses are done away with if you can find the source of the curse and destroy it.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
now
like
we
I
need
said,
to know where this
you're-
queen is.
Yeah, you're all exposed. So keep that in mind too.
Yay.
Yeah.
I got my tinfoil hat on. I'm good.
Maybe you're like, I got you can tinfoil hat.
Mine's just that way.
I was
Comes
born with
pre-built,
my
eh?
tinfoil hat.
The only thing I can think of at this point is we try to look for this queen, and we didn't. I mean, Nicky looked at all the security cams and didn't see anything that kind of stood out, other than random resort guests and security bots and personnel going around looking crazy. There wasn't any, like, here's a room that's clearly been converted into a throne room, and they're all, gathered around the feet of whoever it might be.
No, but I mean, I don't know if Nicky has told you this, but Nicky.
Whatever, I'm doing it all. I'm murmuring and mumbling the whole
Okay.
time. I don't
you
like
know-
this.
Yes, keep on the lookout for only feats.
In about a week and a half or so, a couple weeks, Penumbra's going to be rolled out on Verces. So whatever's going on here, that's going to happen planet-wide on Verces. So just
Oh.
We don't have
This was-
have infinite time.
would the queen be here if this was just sort of the kiddie pool?
Let me ask this. In looking around in the security camera, did you ever spot the half-elf lady, Vorlin Reyes?
Oh, Voralyn, yeah, she's the other one. I'm surprised you remembered her.
I was gonna be working for her, so and
Mhm.
ever since all this craziness started, she really hasn't been around. In fact, I think the last time I saw her was at the big gala event alongside Phil.
Oh, correct. You can look around on the security cameras. You won't spot her in any obvious place.
What are you thinking, Daxxon?
Well, you know that funny feeling you were getting about Dr. Sidrani, and I said, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Feel free to kick that right back at me, because I'm feeling that funny feeling about Vorlin.
I'm getting all kinds of funny feelings right now, I'm not gonna lie. So, wait, I mean, did you know anything about her? I mean, she's not popping up anywhere, so.
No, but I'll tell you this. When we got here, the first thing she did was start encouraging us to go try all of the different amenities, at which the amenities were the places where not just us, but Kathisa and Tot Crower and other people reported starting to have weird hallucinations or experience weird side effects.
Hmm.
You know, we went to the spa at her suggestion. Where did you first have a very serious mental incident? In the spa. We
Right.
went to or Kathisa went to one of the, deluxe restaurants, and she never really got into exactly what weird experience she had, but she clearly had some weird experience. Vorlin said nothing about the job I was supposed to do, nothing about Greenfields. All she could do was, you should go try this, you should go try this, you should go try this. So at the time, it just seemed like she was a little unfocused and enthused about New Elysium. Now I'm wondering if she wasn't trying to guide the test mice through the maze.
Okay.
But we're not the main target here.
No, but
Not yet.
It just didn't count on us being as competent as we are. I think as far as they were concerned, we could have been like any other guests, just more test subjects.
You ain't testing me, son, that's for sure. Alright.
Based on what happened to Klem before he got killed, the dreams he was having,
Yeah.
the visions he was telling us about. I mean, I saw them too.
I was gonna say used to, right?
Other I'm sure other guests were seeing them, and
Yeah.
a lot of them probably went the same direction Klem did, of thinking, here's an offer, I like it, I'm letting in whatever this curse is. I don't know that it's Vorlin, but she did vanish. Seems like everybody else who was noteworthy is bloodily accounted for.
So what do we do now? I mean,
But wouldn't they want to leave the planet too? So that they can go over
well, Kyan's already left.
Verses?
You know, he left when we got here.
Mm-hmm.
Or are you
did.
thinking all the crazies?
Well, whoever she is.
Oh.
The Dark Queen. Do you think she wants to go to Verses?
I'm honestly, I mean, Daxxon, you're the religious man here, you could tell me. I think she's on a different plane of existence or something, and she's just riding signals somehow. Man, this is, I mean, dreams and stuff, making deals. Come on, that sounds like, that sounds like something before, before the gap.
The Shadow Plane, maybe?
Yeah? Why not at this point?
So we're fighting nothing. How are we supposed to fight against that?
The shadow plane doesn't get to just open up gateways to here. Stopping for a moment. Player knowledge versus character knowledge. I was about to say something that I don't know is true, and that I don't know if Daxxon would know is true. So, occultism roll to know.
Do you know how the shadow plane comes to the material plane?
Is it normally the action of foolish people on the material plane that cause this kind of thing to happen?
I feel like that's the
they're just
cause of
random
most problems.
gateways. Yeah, well, it seems to me.
What's the worst that could happen?
Yeah. Was that your roll 33? Or is that
no, that was the
Okay.
last one after I spent.
Okay.
That was one that I had inspiration. No, just an 18. But you know what? I'm going to spend an inspiration again.
Sure, you can remember to take all your new inspirations from the benefits and from Dragon Noodle Soup.
Yes, I've got the new ones. I've nixed the old ones. So 25 is my revised roll.
You would know it generally takes an immense act of usually something like malice, like to break from this, to have the shadow plane break through or bleed through into the material plane. Like it doesn't just happen all willy-nilly. Like you would know that.
I share that. I think it's. I think that whoever is trying to create this Penumbra app is doing it with the intention. Maybe they're a follower of an evil god. Maybe they're just insane. But I don't think this was. I don't think this was just some entity from the other side who just managed to step through and start doing this. I think.
I mean,
mortal agents.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. There's got to be, right? I mean, I don't know what I'm talking about, but it sounds right to me. I'm just thinking.
Look at Philip. mortal agents. They
Ugh.
probably have some.
Mm-hmm.
He's looking good, actually. You know, it's a good look for him.
It's an improvement.
Played. Yeah.
He's hanging on pretty well for somebody with no eyes and skin.
It's quite impressive.
Yes, he's still alive quite well.
There was Riku, I don't know if you know this too. When I was snooping around earlier on, I found this stuff on research on pain here. Right? They were doing that. I can't remember her name. Some doctor. My only thought, not that it really matters, but that they woke something up, and it's, I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe I'm Maybe I'm not conspiracy enough, Daxxon, to think like somebody could be doing something like Penumbra just to cause insanity. But
Yeah, Dr. Gargant, like,
yeah,
wanted to
that's
know
it.
the nature or cause of pain.
And you start digging into stuff like that, man. I don't know.
Definitely sounds very awkward. In terms of our next move, I mean, if we don't have anything clear, trying to find a way to warn the outside world of what's going on, or at least getting out of here safely ourselves, would seem to be the priorities.
I guess we have to. It just seems. It feels weird to leave everybody here, but I don't see any other way to do it.
Well, if this thing is
Well,
like a
if we
curse,
can-
they're infected.
I mean, securing an exit would be the first, and then if we could securely get them off, I see no reason not to. But we're going to have to be careful about it all.
They're not, at least for now, even if everyone else on this place has gone insane but us, they're not immediately killing each other.
No, just
There's
just
supplies, there's
themselves,
food
right?
and water. But yeah, I mean, a lot of them have done enough harm to themselves that they might die from it, but it doesn't look like they've gone so crazy that they're immediately all killing each other, although it could get worse. Maybe they will. Is there any way on the floor plans for us to get to our ship without going through the green fields?
That is negative, Ghost Rider. So where am I looking at here? The fastest way to get from the lower level where you are, oh, that's not what I want. Main floor. Here we go. Up to the top is you'd want to take the elevator banks at A15 because they're gonna bring you up right behind that waterfall in Greenfields.
Okay.
You can then go take the ring road around Greenfields, or cut right through Greenfields. Who might tell you what to do? And at the very north, the very top of New Elysium, A1. That's the exit out into the ships where the blast doors are currently up, but you can drop them. You can drop the quarantine protocols, which will drop the blast doors, and you'll be able to make your way up to your ship. But you're going to have to go past Greenfields. There's no way to not go past Greenfields.
And the docks data pad can't open up those kinds of doors.
That's controlled under the quarantine protocols that are here in the server. So
we'd have to basically drop the quarantine protocols, which releases crazies in between us and them, us and the ship, and...
I mean, they're already there. They're not...
Yeah. Okay. Y'all tell me if you think this is just too crazy, but here's what I'm thinking. For the buzzblades that we were able to incapacitate and bind up, they're going to be unconscious for a while. I think we cut them loose and leave them here. I think we head for our ship. If we meet resistance, if it's Kane or a security bot, swing away. If it's just some resort guest that you can push aside without breaking their neck, I'll leave it up to you guys. But the goal isn't to incapacitate every obstacle between us and there. It's to get to the ship. And some of those obstacles might need more force than others. But if we can get to the ship and get out of here, there's food and water here. They may be crazy, but I don't think they're going to die of dehydration or thirst when there's food and water available. If they keep going so crazy that they all wind up killing each other, well, that's a clock we're racing. But we go to and track down Kaya and Reese, and we figure out what the heck started this whole experiment and stop Penumbra before it becomes a planet-wide craziness on Verces.
Okay. Are we trying to sneaky like, or are we just charging?
I mean,
I could try to create some kind of diversion to draw him away. I can be sneaky enough.
I'm not the sneakiest.
I'm not really either.
I'm totally without stealth skills, but they're certainly not my forte. But yeah, if we detect any crazy guests on a side hallway or something, we can get past them without drawing their attention, we should. But if we got to get to the ship, and if at some point we've got, armed resistance in between us and the ship, we just got to go through it.
All right, I like it.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Set up something on the opposite side of Greenfield to distract.
Yeah, if you can do something to create a distraction that would draw attention away and that would reduce the number or the odds of running in, getting into conflict with people, that's better. Although again, if it's a robot or Kane, it doesn't really bother me.
Yeah, I could have some fun with those robots. I'm not too worried about them.
Kane was trying so hard to pick a fight the other night. I'd hate to deny him the opportunity.
Yeah, I feel like he didn't even have to be asked. Like, the thing just knocked at the door and he's like, yeah, sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
I mean, so did Klem.
And he's dead now.
You're just proving my point.
Klem was already dead.
You're just proving my point.
Now he's
In
dead.
fairness, Klem did ask what was on the menu, at least.
Okay.
All right.
One last note I would like to make. Daxxon, death isn't always the end.
Are you saying death is only the beginning?
It very
Nicky,
well could
eyes
be.
fill.
Voice in the sky.
Rip loud sip.
Yeah,
Right.
we need the sound effect.
I know.
Death isn't always the end. It can be a transition for souls who have a good path to follow. It can be a far worse transition for those that don't. But
And
for now, we still have to. I don't want a whole planet to learn that lesson the hard way.
Of course. I agree.
On that note, do we just leave him hanging there?
Esner?
Are you
Phil.
gonna touch him? He's all gooey and.
I'm not gonna touch him, but I could have a bullet touch him. I just, do we leave him like that?
We're knocking him out and leaving him here.
I don't think he's coming back from that. I mean, you're the doctor, but he ain't got no eyeballs or skin no more. You know what I'm saying?
I have a feeling that if you send him to unconsciousness with no skin, I mean, I think it's a matter of time for him as it is. The fact that he's not already dead is amazing to me. How big is the pool of blood under him? Look at that. There's a lot of blood there.
Yeah, like I said, he's gooey.
Look, I'm happy to do it. I've been there before.
Oh.
It sucks, but
I can take him down.
like physically or just, end it.
Physically, of course.
Alright.
Well,
Okay.
I put things down before. I can do it.
We're gonna old yeller Philip. Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
yes.
All right.
Scalpel. Good.
I mean, yeah, that. I mean, he'll basically
Nothing but
laugh until
dreams.
he's sanguinated and just kind of fall limp in the chains that he's in. So
Sorry,
he's-
man. You were kind of a dick, but I'm sorry.
He was lost pretty early, and he was a pawn. Reese set him up here to end like this.
Yeah, I
And
always
Reese
thought it was
is
weird from the beginning, man.
going
was
to come
fancy
to
pants.
justice.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right.
we ready?
Let's start heading for the docking bay.
Okay,
Guess- I think I'd use. I was wanting to use. I've got electrical engineer to be able to rig something up to a battery for the diversion.
Mm.
I want to get like.
So
Nice.
there's
ahead.
two ways you can go up. Just to kind of let you know, you can go up the stairs. You can take the elevator banks. They both drop you off relatively in the same place, so it's not like one is more advantageous than the other. It's
The elevator banks could be a place where trying to get off the elevator,
Oh.
if there's a crowd of people ready to greet us, that,
Okay.
we're in a box and it would get really
Alright.
bloody. I'd still use the
Okay.
stairs.
there you stairs. Okay,
Look.
but also I'm assuming you deactivate the quarantine protocols, correct?
I think we have to
Yeah,
get to
we
the ship,
have
don't we?
to. Yep.
Okay, because the new Elysium system does kind of like the lights kind of flash a couple times, and quarantine measures deactivated. Opening all blast and security doors. Access is now available, and it's going to kind of rattle off some things like certain areas that were closed, like the big dining areas, the theater halls, and things like that. It's telling you that they're open again. So just
What?
know that it
Let's go.
did that.
We gotta
Yeah.
go.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
We
We,
need to
Alright.
go.
door, bane of my existence. I'm clicking on you and you're not
Oh,
opening.
Don't worry, I'll drop you off upstairs
Oh,
and the
Okay.
staircase. Where the staircases drop you off, and I'm arbitrarily picking the right staircase because there's a right and a left, but I'm picking right because I feel like it. So
Fast travel.
Make sure if we have other token copies on the map that you nix
I
those as
did
well.
look for those, and I
Okay.
got rid of them.
We got clones everywhere.
Well, 'cause-
They've been eliminated.
I was gonna say Noel goes on a massacre of all our clones.
well, I found like 3 Klems. Just 3 because we always lost his token on
And
the
you had to
lower
drag it
level.
all down, yeah.
Yeah, and so I found when I went and I deleted the other tokens, I looked around for others, and I figured out I could find where you are by clicking you, and it will throw me to you.
Yes.
And I was like, oh my gosh, there's like 3 Klems here.
That's
They're
really
all
funny.
T-pose floating just outside the reserve.
Stuck in the wall.
Hi guys.
When we make it up the stairs here, I look to Nicky. We go east or west here?
Ooh, Nicky knows, but Dan doesn't.
Yeah, I know.
So, north. You see this wall here?
Yep.
This wall?
Well, yeah,
that's the backside of Greenfields. So
Yeah, I just was thinking in terms of once we get to the upper side of Greenfields, which side is closer to the path to the docking
Is
area. So
A1 the
we could
docking
go
area.
in around this way.
Greenfields
We
is
can-
a circle.
Okay.
Right. Is
So
A1
it's-
to the docks? I thought that's where we came in.
Yeah, A1 is right up top to the docks. So
So, before you guys go too far, should I split off and set up the distraction down here?
Okay.
Yeah. Why don't I stop at this intersection and you do that?
I'll go.
I'm
I'll keep
moving
an eye.
stealthily.
You're doing great.
Clank, clank, clank.
I know. These metal feet.
I mean, we are trying to be stealthy here. If you need a stealth roll, let us know.
Yeah, I'm gonna activate my camouflage armor and
okay. I don't
Camouflage armor.
yet.
Oh,
I'm assuming none of you are like stomping around. If this is regular movement, there is a waterfall on the other side of this big wall you're at. So I'm assuming that's going to drown out most of your noise as long as it's relatively normal walking noise.
Yeah, this is
so.
really trying to walk cat feet. This is trying to creep along to not make noise and to keep ears open for any crazies roaming the hallways.
And I think
I am so great. I am so great. Everybody.
I just imagine you're like Kronk.
yes. Now you'll have to tell me, Noel, because I would be heading in and heading for. I think is this some kind of? There's picnic benches there, and then I don't know what this is, but is there some kind of tech stuff there, or maybe over here?
I don't think you can get in there from this side.
Yeah, you can't get in there from this side. Well, you'd have to go around because this is a big wall.
Oh, okay. There's a hole in the wall on the map, but
I know because no, there are no doors here. These are just badly drawn walls before I knew what I was doing.
Oh, you're good. So where's the way? The only way into the Greenfields is just around and into A1?
Sort of. So where you both are, the elevator banks are kind of at the butt of Greenfields, right? Behind the waterfall.
Yep.
There's a big wall that takes up pretty much the whole bottom of Greenfields. You can go around it and it opens up and you're able to go into Greenfields. I mean, you gotta hop a little stream because there's like a little stream that goes around it, but then you can get into Greenfields from beyond that wall. But you gotta get around it first. That whole big white rock wall thing, I don't know if you can see it.
Right here in front of me.
Yep.
I can see that there's an into a wall right here because that's where I can start to see a corner of Greenfields.
Into the Greenfields, yep.
I'm guessing there's probably one kind of comparably over here somewhere.
Yep, they're not exactly the same, but yeah, that wall eventually ends and you can hop over into Greenfields.
Gotcha.
Or stay on the path and haul butt and run to 1A. So it's speed or fights, potentially.
Well, what I can do then, if you guys keep going, I'll hang back a little right down here below A3 and have the distraction set up there if you guys keep going sneakily. Unless you want me to wrap around the opposite side.
My concern is once we pass this point right here, that
we're visible.
We're suddenly going to be, visible to whoever's milling around in Greenfield. So if we want some kind of distraction,
it's got to be opposite then.
Then you'd need to do it somewhere over here.
Yep.
And
okay, that's what we'll do.
We'll wait here until you get whatever it is set up that you're going to get set up, and then can you trigger it remotely?
Possibly. Also, once I trigger a diversion, I'm hidden to my targets for a certain amount of time. I have lengthy diversion, too, as a feat. Which keeps me hidden as long as the GM says it's okay.
How fast can you move stealthily back to us?
I almost think I should try for stealthing and just finish the circuit and meet you guys from the other side.
Oh, okay.
Because by the
don't
point,
get spotted.
Yeah, I'll take the risk.
I know. Like, do you need a buddy? Are you sure? Okay.
I mean, you aren't going to have much cover.
Right, I got my camouflage armor.
Oh, you have camouflage, great, because I was going to say, no one's going to have a whole ton of cover, okay.
Yeah.
And I've got my sticky pad, so I can go up walls at full speed and stuff.
I'll put it this way, if we see you getting in trouble across Greenfields, I can make it across Greenfields in 10 seconds.
Dang, that's fast. My short little legs can't do that, but I'm quiet.
Well...
And I feel...
I can't really explain
like there's
it,
a lucky dragon on me.
There you go. Here's the thing. If I see where I need to be and there's something there, I just kind of grab onto it and orbital mechanics sort of just hurl me towards it. It's,
If I hadn't seen you do all the other stuff you did, I'd think you're crazy, but I believe you.
I know it sounds crazy, but it works.
And I am grateful to be your friend. All right, so that's what I'm gonna do. You guys camp out just by the rocks. I'm gonna head around to wherever I can create a diversion over there.
Cool. Okay, sneaky advancing, sneaky, stopping there.
Oh, sorry. Let's get everybody visible. There we go. And I've got too many windows, so I'm heading all the way. You collided with a wall. Ugh, whatever.
What wall? There's not a wall.
Ouch. Ugh.
Well, if it's not a wall, it's an invisible enemy, and that's a new problem.
So yeah, I'd be coming somewhere around here to set up the distraction, which will be awesome music. I'm actually thinking of the song we were playing when we were shooting the other starship. What was that one that you wanted? I don't know if you remember, Daxxon.
I don't recall.
We were talking about like Eye of the Tiger, or we could go supernatural, carry on my wayward son.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't remember what it was.
I don't remember what song you guys thought you were playing either. I just know that you
I
weren't.
wish I could remember. But it's that. Something classic. Retro, except I've been told by younger people the 90s are retro now, so whatever.
Oh, that hurts my soul. The
Yep.
90s are not
Oh,
retro.
yeah.
No. I'm sorry. It was vintage. That's what that girl said.
Vintage, yeah.
The 90s are
Vintage? That's
Yes.
even worse.
Wait a second.
That's the kind of question the new erudite AI bot should be able to answer. What song was playing?
yeah.
You know,
Is
that's
that-
the kind of. It's not enabled on our show yet. It's just being
they're
done
gonna-
on Star
they're
Wars right
gonna-
now, and then.
Okay,
be on
yeah, they
Strange
said they
Aeons,
were gonna. Yeah, they said they were gonna run it on Strange Aeons, and I was like, oh my god, it's gonna have to know so many ridiculous things.
The computer'll be fine. All right, so I'm stealthing and setting up, doing creative diversion with computers. So
Okay, so it's gonna blast music.
oh yeah.
Okay.
On a timer, like give it a 20-second timer. So you
Yeah, I
can
like
get to
that.
us.
Mm-hmm. I'll start. I'll push play basically and go, and then hopefully like 15-20 seconds later it starts.
Now, when we hear it start, we're gonna start
Yeah.
circling around green fields
Montage.
stealthily as we can. Exactly.
Okay.
Montage. Diegetic music.
Into rock and roll.
Cool digital rights free metal soundtrack.
No
copyright strikes.
That's what I said. I set up AI generated music on a loop.
Oh no.
All right. I suppose. Shall I roll computers then? I assume.
Yep. Go do the check. You need to do your distraction and.
Absolutely gonna use inspiration if it's not good.
That was not bad.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
For the heck of it, dragon luck. I'm gonna use it.
Dragon
Alright.
luck.
Thanks to the dragon. Praise the
Dragon noodle
almighty dragon soup. One more. Sorry, I didn't click roll highest. My bad.
Come on.
Come on.
Ah,
There we go.
Oh,
no.
I forgot. I
There
keep
we go.
forgetting I have the foundry symbol.
I know
yeah, I
that
was
thing
like, what
always
is that?
confuses
Oh,
me. It
that's-
looks like a
that's the
9.
number you
It
want.
does look like a 9.
Doesn't it? I'm sorry. I
Or a
should change
P.
that.
Yeah, I was like, what is P?
P. I know. P.
Distraction.
There we go.
That is going to
Popular.
be a very effective distraction for some of the guests. So.
Okay.
Perfect.
When that
I'll
starts
take
going, it's time to start trying to be sneaky like Elmer Fudd. in the wide open of just, oh, here I am.
Wesley Webbit.
Wesley Webb.
Totally sneaky.
So, your camouflage thing, Nicky, does that have like a
It just gives me a plus to my stealth. But
All right.
flavor-wise, it is camoing me to my surroundings. Is what the description is.
All right, because now everyone is actually going to be out and needing to be stealthy. I will need stealth checks as you go.
Sounds good. I'm just gonna double check my bonus on the armor. It's 1 or 2 probably.
I am going to hope for goodness. I'll take that.
This one.
We're fairly stealthy. Cough,
Yeah.
cough.
I know, except
Damn it,
for Riku.
Damn
Got an
it, Daxxon,
inspiration,
I'm a doctor,
Riku.
not a stealthman.
Yes, I know.
I think I'll use that. Take the highest. All right. Let's see.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay.
Worth
all right.
it.
Yeah. Ta-da!
Oh, the universe has spoken, and it is a 17.
Ah!
And so it shall be.
Mm-hmm.
Did you inspiration that?
Yes.
Then you should have done
You
a
actually get
roll with
advantage on
higher
the
because you
reroll.
get advantage on the inspiration rolls.
I did. I
Oh.
said reroll and take the higher.
No way, dude. We tried. I think it just rolls the 1 or something. Oh, it don't.
No, there's I mean,
You're
literally,
rolling
you're rolling 2 dice when you do the inspiration. You're not just keeping whichever was higher of the prior die.
All right, so.
So you've got one more
Um,
die. If it's greater than a 14, you're gonna get that result.
Okay, let's see. 1d20.
Never mind.
No,
The universe-
It's so
the universe had
close.
spoken.
Try.
You
Said
know what?
19.
Broken.
The universe had
Teasing.
spoken.
Okay. All right. So the music has commenced.
I wonder if
Yeah. I mean, it is blaring. You really can't hear anything over it, but it would definitely catch the attention of anyone that might be in Greenfield.
Okay. Should we just start
Go,
moving?
go,
and
go.
Yep.
Tell us when we need to not be moving.
Ah, I see people.
You do see people. Okay, Nicky is not moving. They're moving. But
Sorry, I'm
as you
doing
Catch up, Nikki.
coming.
as you sort of approach where you are, you're going to hear a robotic voice sort of say, "Intruders! Intruders! Intruders!" And they're basically going to sort of I'd be able to identify you, which will alert
Stupid robots.
the other guests to your presence in Greenfields. Now you can
That's a good perception, man.
you can choose to engage or to.
I mean, if we've gotten to where we appear to be token-wise on the map, and we see the
Run.
potential obstacles that are there, at the point where it's like intruders, I'd say, run for it, guys!
Nikki,
Run for it.
you're with us. Come with us.
I'm coming. Sorry, I have other windows. Yeah, go.
Okay, so they will begin to move towards you. You're also going to hear through sort of the din of all the music and yelling, the yelling of the robots, another voice that's going to be a female voice. She's actually going to come out of like the bushes, sort of in the center.
You're in the bushes.
She is.
Sonora card gauge? Oh, excard on me, everyone.
It's a half elf woman. She's pretty beat up. She's pretty bloody. She is screaming bloody murder, but she is running right towards you from about here and running right towards about where Daxxon is.
Go.
Daxxon?
Does she
Like-
does she look like just
Yeah.
that
People are
she has
moving.
just gone crazy like one of the other people, or does she look like she's in charge of people?
She's not saying anything intelligible.
Okay. Well, still trying to evade. Then no
Okay.
need to.
So as you approach, what?
No need to
You're not gonna
murder her.
Yeah, it's okay. So as you approach A1, once you cross sort of that line down that hallway, you are on your way to your ships. I don't know if any of you are looking back to see the pursuit of the people behind you. One of which you know is Kane. Some of them are just other affected guests and security robots, and a screaming woman, half-elf woman.
Well, given that I know I can move really fast if
look
needed,
over his shoulder.
Yeah, I'm gonna pause at the threshold there to make sure that the rest of my companions are getting a good, a good lead towards the ship, and then I'll see what's coming at us, but then disengage.
Yeah, Daxxon, you recognize the half-elf woman as Vora Lynn, who is going to be your employer.
Yeah.
And you catch her recognition just in time to see a blaster bolt go through her head and her to fall to the ground. So,
okay, we should not suspect anyone unless we want them to die.
That's the new rule. Yeah, I'm thinking she's the head crazy, and then who shot her? Was it Klem? Or not Klem? Kane?
Not
Klem.
It was one of the security robots that you would assume is being sort of controlled or operated in some fashion, being instructed by Kane, because he and the robots and some of the other affected guests are still sort of raising their weapons and running towards you and making an advance to get to you.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna, even though we're not in combat rounds, I'm gonna go ahead and attune, raise my shield, and continue to run for the ship with everybody else.
Okay.
They didn't like your music.
For a bit.
So you are able to, like, the blaster doors are down, you are able to board your ship. In fact, I think, do I still have the thing for the ship?
Yub nub.
No, that is this in fact the correct ship? I believe it is.
The Yub Nub. Any rescues better than none.
I don't know where exactly you enter on this danged ship, so I'm just going to put you where I think
it's either the Yub or the Nub, I guess.
Yeah, why not the left nub? No. Hang on here. So you are able to get onto the ship now. One of you has to sort of turn the ship on. Get it off the dock, put in the destination, get the...
Riku, do you know any piloting or anything like that?
I have piloting too, but yeah, what you got, Riku?
No piloting. I'm good at medicine and
and those holy shots you do.
I'm a passenger usually.
You're
usually
ship...
a passenger aboard ships. Damn it!
I'm a passenger, not a pilot. Your ship is fancy enough, and if you don't recall, they did some upgrades to it for you for having helped out with the pirate situation when you first came on. So, your ship is repaired. It's in good maintenance and whatnot. So, I don't think I put any walls in this ship because we really don't need to be on it for very long. So, don't worry about that.
Trained?
I'm trained.
Yeah,
I'm trained too.
Okay, yeah, we're all trained. Nobody's an expert.
Fantastic.
So.
You'd be able to turn it on, have the engines warm up. It's advanced enough that you can set a destination, and it will go. And we'll assume that it's fully fueled up, charged up. So you'd be able to go as far as the ship could travel, which you're not going to go that far. So.
Oh, that was ominous.
Well, I mean, like, it can go farther than you like it can travel
You
throughout
guys
the
think
pack
they're
world.
escaping.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's going to take a few rounds for Nicky to get it fired up and off the ground, I'll make sure that anybody who's making the foolish attempt to try to get to our hatch and board is going to get smacked.
Okay.
I'll
Yes,
jump
when
in a
you get through
gunner.
the doors.
So yeah, you have to board through an airlock onto your ship, which obviously you're able to do. You can watch, the door to your ship to make sure it holds well. Nicky goes and turns on the ship if he needs to.
Is this our airlock that we're entering in through down here?
I don't know. I have to read more about your ship. Let me see. Oh yes, it is the airlock. I picked correctly.
Okay.
I picked correctly.
Hey.
That is an airlock, in fact.
Well, it's got to take some time to, get to know the Yub-Nub personally.
Hey, go well, as you do, as one does.
I didn't put
I
any
will
walls
not
in the ship
argue with
because
this.
you literally spend like no time on it, so don't worry about the walls. But yeah, Area 11 is an airlock, and there's one on the other side too. So
I'm making
The
sure
cat-
none of the crazies get through.
I'll go to
Okay.
the other one, I guess.
all right. So it's going to take a couple minutes for the engines to warm up because you've been, believe it or not, you've been at New Elysium for about like 2 weeks. So it's been some time since the ship's been run, and it just needs time to warm up. So whoever's going to
that's
do
always good to do first.
whoever's going to do the piloting, you can put in a destination, and you can tell the ship like standard engines or whatnot, however you want to go. Like,
I'm just getting out of here. Now, I thought people were coming this way.
oh, they are, but you can tell it to undock, like just leave New Elysium space if you want to do that before putting in a destination.
I mean, yeah, probably. Just we're running, so it's just like, get
Okay.
out of
Docking
here.
would be preferred.
Okay, so you'll have to manually fly it to do that.
It'll be
Let's
fine.
go.
I will need you to make a piloting check because you are in the diaspora and there are just
Okay.
asteroids everywhere, so you'll need to do
Sounds good.
piloting. Yeah.
Got this.
Oh, yeah. I got one more inspiration in case.
I know, I was just thinking that.
Let's see what happens.
Woo,
Nice.
Okay.
good. You
Ah,
got it.
good. Okay, so you're able
I know how
to,
to fly a ship. I know how to take
You're
care
able-
of her.
to navigate the diaspora decently and put distance between yourself and New Elysium. When you do disengage and undock and start to move away, that there were people who were trying to reach your ship. There are a couple of them who did get caught and ejected out of the airlock, unfortunately. But
Sorry.
but you are able to make a smooth escape.
This was a quick death.
Doesn't feel entirely smooth when we're leaving innocent people who've been corrupted by a curse to fend for themselves amongst a bunch of crazy people, and some of them dead. So, but
Yep.
It is
at
bittersweet,
least we know where
yes.
we're headed, and we know who to start with to figure out who has to pay.
Yeah, you can, from here, you can probably kind of put the ship on autopilot, so to speak. You can enter a destination because I think for the first time in several days, you all are probably breathing a sigh of relief, like, to be out of the madness of New Elysium. So if you want to do that, you can.
Yeah.
Are we heading right
Indeed.
to... Where are we going? We going to Versi?
I think
Yeah.
we have to.
To, what is it, Kukara?
Kuvakara, a city on
Kuvakara.
Versus. I don't know if it's Versus or Verses. I say Verses, but
Kufakara is the name of it?
Kuvakara.
Kuvakara, okay. Yeah, I mean, make that our destination. I think once we get there, we
Find
where
Fancy
the
Pants.
headquarters building of I'm blanking on. I want to say Heritage, and that's not right. The software company. We find their
Eclipse.
headquarters
Eclipse.
building.
Eclipse.
Eclipse, thank you. And and we go have a few words with Fancy Pants.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, so your ship will do this for you. Your ship's pretty advanced, so and it's fairly well stocked. It looks like the new Phil before, losing his skin, did honor his word and not only repaired the damage to your ship, but put in the upgrades and had stocked it for you. So there are supplies for your trip.
Is there a smoothie machine?
Sure.
Making a
You can
smoothie.
have a smoothie.
Strawberry banana.
What was I gonna say? Oh, it's probably gonna take you 3 to 4 days, standard engines to get to Pharisees in your ship. In the meantime, like I said, you can spend some time researching, crafting. You are all going to need to rest, like hardcore rest too. But if there's something in particular, like you want to do, like you're now outside New Elysium, so you can access the infosphere outside the New Elysium sphere. So if there's something you need to do there via your ship's communications, you can. I mean, you did turn off the quarantine protocol, so
We gotta warn
something.
whoever's going there what's going
Yes.
on.
Yeah, we should. We should contact. I think we had the name of that organization that Dr. Sidrani had
stewards.
called.
You should call it the stewards.
The Stewards is what it was. I don't remember that, but I'll trust you. Yeah, we need to contact them and let them know New Elysium needs to remain under quarantine. That no ships should leave, but that they shouldn't enter the facility.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, I don't know who wants to call and just say, hey, we understand you were going to investigate the quarantine on New Elysium, or whatever you're going to say. Whoever's going to do that.
Who's most diplomatic among us?
I got some charisma. How about you, Riku?
I am
Oh,
trained
it
in
might be me.
diplomacy. I can do it.
Yeah, go ahead. Go for it.
All right.
Okay. So you get a very pleasant, younger sounding woman when you call. Who announces that you are calling the Steward Safety Network. How may I direct your call?
Yes, yes, miss. I need to report a station that needs to be put under quarantine. Something terrible has happened there, and everyone has, many have gone quite insane, and anything or anyone approaching needs to be highly on guard.
Oh, okay. Can I just ask, what location are you claiming has had some form of outbreak?
New Elysium.
Sorry, New Elysium? New Elysium.
I'm sorry, I'm unfamiliar. What area of the Pack World does this reside in? The diaspora. It's in the diaspora.
Within the diaspora, miss.
Okay. All right, let me direct you to the appropriate department who handles that sector. She's going to get you transferred over, and you're going to get a not so pleasant man to answer the phone and be like, Stewards of the region of diaspora, what can I do for you today?
Yes, sir. I'm calling in to report a terrible disaster has happened at New Elysium. A lot of the guests have all gone quite insane, and the entire facility just is experiencing great peril. Anyone trying to go there right now should turn around immediately.
New Elysium? That's not even... I don't see anything that says that should even be open. That should not be housing guests for another, I don't know, fortnight at least.
Well, it was. There was a great a series of events going on there, and it all appears to have gone completely haywire.
I'm sorry, are there like contractors, workers? Because it's not scheduled to house guests for at least another 2 to 3 weeks. The only people who should be there are employees in training and some security staff.
I was a former I was formerly there. I was an employee in training, and I can assure you that it is most definitely having very much problems.
All right, so what is this? Some kind of bacterial outbreak? Were we talking about air systems? Food poisoning? What went wrong?
Well,
People are flaying their
believe-
skins and tearing their eyeballs out.
Cass over the shoulder.
yep. Yes.
I'm sorry. Are you trying to make some kind of sick joke? I mean,
no.
it's no short
there
haul
is
for
no
me to
sick
send
joke.
some kind of quarantine team out to the diaspora. So, what exactly you saying is going on? I'm not even showing that the facility's up and running at this point. Are people actually sick there, or are you wasting my time?
No, I'm not. We are not wasting your time. People are not only sick, they are going completely insane. The facility it's off its rocker, for lack of a better term. People are gouging their eyes out. They are flaying themselves,
Okay.
and they are at each other's throats.
All right, buddy, well-
Remind whoever you're talking to that Dr. Sidrani had already contacted them and had already arranged for a quarantine team. And we're just alerting them of the elevated risk that team shouldn't land and set foot in the facility.
Yes, the Dr. Sidrani should have already made a call to you, alerting you of the issue.
Yeah. Look, I don't know who Dr. Sidrani is, and there's been no quarantine signals coming from the diaspora, and none certainly from New Elysium. It's not even showing as an up-and-running business yet, and shouldn't be for another month. Now look, I'll go and I'll check on all the eyeballs of all of your guests as soon as I find the leprechauns in the air vents. All right?
Hey, give him some of the footage that dang it, the guy Talk gave me a bunch of footage.
Send it.
That went well.
I'll send it to him here.
Well,
send that
yes,
out.
well, let's transmit it out. Yes.
The kid?
Talks, yeah.
Talk. Okay.
Oh, that's
Hey,
right. I forgot
At
to give
least
you all my
Nozaku boy trusts us. Thank you for your belief in us when the game master's NPC is clearly incompetent at their job because they're getting a credible threat and just ignoring it.
No signal went out from New Elysium, and he thinks.
Unbelievable. Well, I
And
hope
that
he
man,
enjoys
I'm a
the
doctor,
video.
not
Maybe
a
talk.
politician.
Well, hopefully Talks gets famous after all.
So can you send the video?
I send it. I don't know if they'll look at it.
Get a good shot of
I
Klem
might as well.
taking it to the gut.
We're safely on our ship right now, Sevi. We don't need to use Molotov cocktail, at least not yet.
All right, so
Although a
Yeah,
cocktail
you can-
sounds
I mean,
nice.
you can transmit the video anywhere, and I'm sure you can look on the infosphere and be like, the stewards at infosphere.net and like get them the video, like, so you can figure, what you're doing.
I hope. I might also, while we're traveling, I'm gonna send all the info, the financial stuff. I'm gonna take a risk and send it to my pops.
Okay,
Tell him keep it safe.
yeah. You gonna try and encrypt it in any way, or just
Yeah, let's
Nope.
let's do that.
Okay. Use that secure email.
Yes.
Mm.
All
You
right.
do so well with computers. I'm always amazed to watch technology in action.
It's,
Me too.
mm,
How do them computers work?
You just play around with them a little bit, get right in there, have some fun.
Right. So unless you all want to do any further research, you can rest, and probably
Yes, please.
we can fast track our time to Kuvakara unless there's anything in particular you want to say you spent time on or did or researched.
I'll definitely make Kion I'll research Kion to make him one of my targets for my class feature.
Okay.
So that's
In
just
the
spending time researching him.
Penumbra,
Okay.
whatever,
Penumbra,
protocol?
I mean, I'll sleep first, but then I'd definitely be like trying to find out like where are we going in Kuvakabra? The Chupacabra, wherever we're going.
Copperland.
Okay. So
But like, yeah, I don't know.
yeah, Kuvakara is. Oh, now you got me saying it wrong. Kuvakara is a city
thingy.
on Verces, and I believe it's known as like the dusk diamond or something like that. But it's a very large city, and Verces is known in particular for always being like sunset there. It always looks like it's at sunset.
Isn't it a tidally locked planet? That,
Yep.
Like half is always facing the sun. It is uninhabitable.
And
the other half
is always in darkness.
away and uninhabitable. But the twilight zone around the vertical equator is the only place you could have habitation.
Yep. That is correct.
How
And
romantic.
it's kind of cool. Very, very pretty to visit, I'm sure. Apparently a really good place for evil cultists to try to summon the Shadow Realm.
History, you got a $20 super chat from Nusaku.
I saw that. Yes. Gave much thanks.
Apparently it did
Okay.
get
Very much
pressed because
thanks.
nobody knows what we've been doing for 2 weeks.
I don't know. It just popped up, so I read it. I'm being told to read it, so I read it.
And thus it was done.
And thus, my job is done here. It was already done before I did it. Kion, what you're able to learn from him is he rose through the ranks. He really like cut his teeth in business at Eclipse and became CEO of Eclipse. But he's like by no means like this cutthroat businessman. He was rather known as a bit of a philanthropist, really. So it's he might have a bit of a cold demeanor, but by all indications, he was someone who was well liked. He hasn't been there for terribly long. There is a lot of talk about him being, sort of an interested backer in this Keys app, and it being sort of the forerunner to what was then going to be Eclipse's new rollout app, the Penumbra app. So it's, again, like he talks about, it's so funny because it's so clearly, I think this is before any of this is relevant today, but it sounds like it's in reference to something that's relevant today. It's supposed to be the app that does everything, right? It's supposed to, you're not supposed to need another app, but this was written way before that. Other than like that, other than knowing that, everything else is sort of like in the shadows, in the dark about this Penumbra. But everyone at Verces is supposed to get access to it in about a week. About a week, it's supposed to like roll out and do its thing and be like.
How long will it take our ship to get from Diaspora to Verces?
It's going to be 3 or 4 days. But that, I'm assuming you were already like at the planet when I'm telling you this. Like,
Oh, okay.
okay. So, but while you're all resting,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
Good point. Resting.
I was going to say, as far as research, Riku would probably be just relaxing, like you said, but he'd trying to think about what actually grabbed him and pulled him into the mines, trying to focus on that.
Okay. We can kind of elaborate on that a little bit, and maybe this next event will maybe shine some light on that for you. So you all finally get some much needed rest. I mean, you sleep the sleep of the dead. You're just glad to be out of New Elysium and the madness that has just taken over there. And then you wake up and you're a little bleary. The space feels really unfamiliar. It's just, and as it kind of shifts in the focus, your eyes sort of kind of close and squint again due to the harsh fluorescent lights. They reflect off a row of metal tables, and you think this is not the ship I fell asleep on. Shrouding the rest of the room is darkness and shadows. You can really only see this small bit. You can see some glass jars on the nearby counter. They contain some sterile swabs, some syringes. There's an open box of surgical tools that lays ready near these jars. There are scrubbed metal floors and pristine surfaces that suggest that this is some sort of medical bay or clinic. It's all very, that hospital chemical sterile smell. That's what it's like. There is a strange metal apparatus mounted to the ceiling. It has thick wires that dangle down to round electrodes, I'm sorry. And yeah, there is a chill in the air, a strong medical scent permeates almost everything. And then there's sound. The only sound that you've heard so far, and that's the click, clack, click, clack of heels on the cold metal tiles. Okay, now
We see each other.
Well, I'm getting to that.
Okay.
So, Daxxon and Nicky, you realize you are restrained. You are actually strapped down with some pretty heavy-duty metal restraints onto one of these slick metal tables. You're tied, around your waist, your neck, your arms, your legs. You're not really going anywhere, and you realize you're not really clothed, so you're rather exposed. But Cass and Riku, you're there, and you're sort of in lab coats. You're not restrained. You're standing up. You're observing the scene. You hear the heels on the floor, and then you see a vaguely humanoid figure. She's also in a lab coat. It's a female, but her face is obscured. You never really get a good look at it. It's always turned away, or the light's not shining on it. And she speaks to you, holding in one hand sort of like a notepad or tablet or something that she'd keep information in. She'd say, "Students, today we will duplicate the procedure of my own invention on these test subjects." And she's going to point to Daxxon. She's going to point to Nicky. And Cass and Riku, yeah, you're going to get the sense that you're the students. And then you're going to be very imminently aware that you're holding scalpels. You are both ready and holding scalpels.
Doc, that
yes.
experiment that we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing?
Correct. Well, to start, I'll need you to make the incision, starting up at
Yeah, buy a rat a
sternum,
drink first.
and you'll proceed with that incision straight through the dermis, right down to the groin.
No, I like that part of me. Okay. Can you hear me? Can anyone hear me?
Are you sure? Are you sure?
Can I hear
this is the
Nicky?
appropriate time for that?
Nicky, can you hear me? Do we hear each other?
Yeah, no, I mean, you can. You're all there. This is very, tactile experience. You can feel the cold metal at the table or the cold metal of the scalpel in your hands.
Of course, Doctor. Sorry, I just lost. I'm a little. It was a late night last night.
Riku, take that scalpel and stab that lady.
Yeah, cut her from the dermis to the groin. Not get me out of here.
No. Don't be afraid. Know that the test subjects, they are always apprehensive about the help they are about to receive. So
Come over
feel
here,
no
I'll help
worry
your
or
face.
harm, but the incision must be made.
Of course, yeah.
Of course, Doctor.
Cass is gonna walk up to Nicky.
Oh yeah, of course.
I am going to manifest my solar effect.
No, you can't.
Are you telling me I cannot attune?
You cannot attune.
Why can't I attune?
So, I mean, all right, you could. All right,
The
do we
gas
have
is
any
about
takers?
to attune to me.
Anybody willing to make the incision?
No.
How strong are these straps?
Yeah, Riku's
They're
gonna
metal.
go up to Daxxon.
They're what?
They're metal.
Metal.
Oh.
This is literally like evil genius metal table. Like, so it's got like metal restraints that sort of, horseshoe over
one
the
around
limbs.
your neck, one around your waist, one
Yeah.
around your wrists and ankles, one around, it's the whole. You're not.
Is my tail wrapped?
Yeah, they, Daxxon and Nicky, you also have electrodes on. I forgot to mention that. So they're like, you can see like your brain waves on a screen behind you. So it's
I'm doing everything I can mentally to try to make the line of the brainwaves suddenly in cursive say, "Profanity, you doctor."
yeah. So
Doc, who are you again? I seem to have lost my memory.
Oh, dear. I'm a doctor, and your professor is trying to help you. Now, if you do recall this procedure, the first step is quite easy. You watched me do it just very short time ago. Just that quick incision right up top of the sternum and right down to the groin. Now, please proceed.
Cass, you may have to zap Riku over here. He's looking like he's thinking about doing this. Riku.
Riku's
You might think this is all just a
hands-
dream, but I'm not sure it's all just a dream, so you need to not do this.
Riku's hands just tremble a bit, and he starts to go down, and he just, Doctor, this doesn't seem right. You say it's gonna help, but
The first cut is always the hardest, but I promise that it will just be as natural as riding a bike once you've done the procedure just a couple of times.
Question
do
for
no
you.
harm, Doctor.
Great and powerful voice in the sky. Am I detecting any kind of oddity I can identify here? Is this an illusory mental effect that I'm under?
I mean, yeah, do you need to make a roll or do you just get to know what it is?
When you become aware of a magical effect or see a spell being cast, you can immediately determine if it twists minds. I have a feeling this is a magical effect I can see that is twisting my mind.
This is an effect you are intimately acquainted with, the whole feel of this is like those dreams you had. This is like those phantasms, those apparitions. Yep.
Doctor,
This is a
I can't
mental
harm
effect in your mind.
I can't harm another. Doctor,
So,
he's
I want out then.
he's not hurt.
She's going to suddenly sort of the darkness that shrouds her face. There's going to be like fire that burns like two, hot coals as eyes. She's going to become angry and saying, "Why won't you just accept the gifts I am willing to give to you?" And she's going to take the scalpel out of your hand and walk over to Daxxon and just very unceremoniously and with one swipe just slice him open from nape to nape, like just. And Daxxon, this will cause you an unbelievable amount of pain. You can feel it.
I want to make a will save to keep my composure.
I try to push the doctor away.
Okay. Yep. Make a I don't know what that'd be. Athletics, push, whatever. Push her. Go ahead, push her. Or unarmed strike. Okay. I don't care. Push her away.
Smack her.
Yeah.
Smack her.
Yeah, there we go. Let's see.
I go get him. -1 AC.
Let's see. I'm just.
Not me.
You really just can't smack anybody, can you?
Stop it! Oh, leave him alone. Doctor, no.
I'm
This is
standing
not
in
the
front of
way.
Nicky. I'm not letting her get to Nicky.
Is that enough to withstand the pain and not just scream in terror, or do I?
Oh no, you're gonna scream. You're gonna.
I'm inspirationing to try to keep my composure.
The principal.
I'm stabbing her in the back.
Nice.
Yeah, do that.
I'm
I like
stabbing
that.
her. I still have my scalpel.
Okay. All right.
Inspirationing can't get any higher than I did before, so I'm
destiny.
screaming.
No.
Kill
And
her!
then this will be added to the screams of the doctor because you just stabbed I'll just say you stabbed a scalpel into her shoulder or something like that, and she'll be like, and she's gonna turn around, and that pain is gonna turn to an absolute maniacal laugh of just like and she's like, "Don't worry, you'll all come into my fold soon enough." And she's gonna take her scalpel and cut a huge Glasgow smile into her face, and you'll start to see the blood running down, and you are all gonna wake up.
Duh.
And you're gonna take fatigue. Fatigue.
All of us? Oh,
Yeah.
dang.
Right.
Why would anyone say
Why-
yes?
Tiredly, Riku's gonna stumble out and then just start pounding on Daxxon's door. Daxxon!
I get out of bed and I go open the door.
Nicky's
I-
gonna come
okay?
running around.
I see, when I see Riku's there, I'm just gonna tell him that wasn't a normal dream. I know exactly what you experienced. I experienced it too.
Please
Y'all just
pardon
see
this,
that?
and,
Yeah,
so
good
as-
stab,
as
by the way.
Cass, as Cass comes running up, Riku, I don't know if Daxxon, if you resist, I understand, but Riku's gonna immediately start just tearing open your clothes and seeing if there's an incision marked, because you got filleted.
Well, when I opened the door,
Where the doctor
I
slashed
was
you.
wearing boxer shorts, so you really don't need to.
Right.
Ah!
All right, good. Let's look in here.
I'm not wearing my armor when I sleep.
I know.
You know,
Fair enough.
I was like, it's just like Daxxon just ripping your
The only thing to
Show
rip
me the
off,
goodies.
I'm not going to let you rip off.
No,
I think
if
you
you're
need to
just worrying
remember
about
it's not that kind of stream.
Wow. It turned into that kind of stream.
I'm a doctor first, Chrysanth, and it's professional, of course.
Always professional.
Oh, yeah.
But does he have any? Doesn't he have any scarring that looks like it was from the Wicked Doctor?
Nope, you all just would have woken up in, absolute cold sweats, just feeling like you didn't get a wink of sleep. Like you closed your eyes immediately, you woke up in that horrible scenario, and you woke up again to yourselves here. Several hours have passed, but you don't feel like you've slept at all, which is why you all have to take some fatigue.
So tired.
Yeah, no kidding. Nicky's like on all fours and he does the animal shake.
You know what, though? I realized from last time that I have some of those hypo pens that I could have given to Daxxon earlier, but I guess I'm saving it for now.
I mean, if this is, are we at Verses yet?
If you check the sort of like the flight log of the ship, you'll be approaching Verses relatively soon, probably within the next 12 hours. So, but you got about half a
if we're going to have another
left.
sleep cycle before we disembark, then don't worry about it, because unless the dream continues,
Let's see.
if we have another dream, I mean, we all had the same dream. We all know what happened, and that had to be the queen that Philip was talking about.
Yeah, no kidding.
She's fantastic.
All she's doing is leading us to her, which is fine by me.
Yeah. So, I mean, y'all can try to sleep again. You shouldn't have to. You'll be on Verses, before the next time you would have to really rest. So, seeing how you feel like you haven't rested, it's up to you.
Yeah, I mean, if we've got another 12 hours, I'll try to spend the day, just policing up the ship, working out, writing in my journal about people that are going to have to pay for what happened on the news, Jim. Oh, me a blaupunkt.
I could whip up some extra hypo pens too to have on if this is gonna.
I mean, if you can make more of them, yeah, let's go ahead and take and make.
Yeah, take your time. If you've got crafts like that, making the hypo pens, you can do that. Then we can fast forward. I don't think there's anything. I mean, unless there's something else someone specifically wants to do. What do you want to? Or I can maybe give you more information on something if it's like I've thought of something I want to look up on the infosphere. It's up to you.
Before all that happened, I was gonna say I wanted to use one of the nights during our transit to try to have a guided dream, but it appears that dreaming is not the best plan right now.
I know it appears. Whatever this is, it's not letting go. What was? Oh, is that? Oh, that's crafting. Okay. All right.
Does everybody want a hypo pen that I have to start?
Yeah, I'll just replace what you're using.
How do I?
Excellent.
Is that how I do it?
What
just
does
mark them off of the
Kaios
inventory and we can manually
I'll
remove
mark them off.
fatigue.
Okay. So now I have 0. Just saying.
All right. Yep. So.
Oh no, I don't want to be fatigued.
How
do you take it off?
Just if you've got the condition on you now, just right click on the condition icon and it'll go away.
Okay.
Oh.
I am gonna bring up another map, and I'm just gonna plop you guys into this one. It's just a map of the city, but it's a good reference, and I'll try and get it better. I thought after I uploaded it here, I should give you an image to stick in your journal, so I'll do that after. Okay, so I'm just going to throw you onto the map just so you can see it. And I'll describe it for you.
It's
Okay.
big.
It is big. What? So after several hours pass, you do your crafting, your workouts, your furious journaling about justice. You see Verses come into view, and you are landing in Kuvakara, which is known as the Dusk Jewel. It is divided. It's a very large city on Verses. It is divided into 8 sectors known as facets. And you see that beneath an early evening sky stained crimson and gold, a craggy island rises 1,000 feet above the blue-gray waters. A white domed-shaped structure occupies most of the island's surface. Concrete landing pads jut out of the island's cliffs. Illuminated by blinking blue and green lights, other ships coast towards the spaceport in slow spirals. So this is where you're going to be landing on Kuvakara, is the spaceport here. There's a sprawling city
I just
of
see
dazzling...
black, by the way, if there's...
You see black?
Yeesh.
I
You
see.
I see
don't
everything.
see...
Oh no, it's already spreading.
You guys,
You don't see the city?
I see black. Sorry, stream.
Why?
Do you want to refresh? I see you on there.
I can
Yeah,
see
I
all the
see.
players. I just see black. I can try refreshing.
You might want to refresh. Because if you can see us, that means you have vision.
Yeah, I was going to say, your vision's good.
I'm refreshing my one. Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Carry on with your description. It's lovely.
Okay. Okay. I was like, bye. So there's a sprawling city of dazzling skyscrapers laced with a grid of roadways, elevated transparent tubes containing trains, glitter across the river to the south, visible even from this height. Hollow billboards advertising a range of products in common and versite flicker in the dusky light. So, I mean, it's a big city, is what it's saying. It's
Let me guess.
quite
Looking at
huge.
across all the billboards. Any of those billboards talking about Penumbra coming soon?
Oh, there sure are. So as your ship lands on one of these helipads, and you're actually approached by one of the who you would imagine is a worker at the spaceport. They're dressed in sort of this yellow jumpsuit thing. It's actually another Yasaki, so he kind of waltzes up to you once you disembark your ship. And he's like, all right, do you want it in the one of the public common bays, or do you want to pay for a private bay for your ship?
How much is that?
So it's about 100 credits a night.
Hang on a second.
We earned a lot of money.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
all
Private
have
bay, please.
quite a lot of money, yeah.
I think
Yeah,
it's worth
100
it.
credits a night. Let's have a private bay.
Yeah. All right. Well, you gonna do a transfer, or you got a credit stick?
I have a credit stick.
All right. So he kind of takes it, he pulls it in and out of his thing, and he's like, all right, so all the information of your bay is going to be on there. You're going to be over in D433, all right? And I've put you down for 7 nights. Now, I can refund you some of that if you come back sooner, but, you know.
No, that's totally fine.
All right, great. If you need anything, there are information terminals just behind me. Enjoy your time in Kuvakara.
Yeah, you too.
Yes, thank you very much.
So
yeah.
700 would be, and those are credits equals silver, right? For
Yeah,
for
everything's in
bonus.
silver, so...
Yeah. So that would be
Yeah.
7 platinum out of the 60 I have. So, yeah,
Yeah.
it's the character sheet still treats everything as.
I
as,
know, that's the one thing
fantasy
that really
coins.
blows. Yep.
Oh, but it's okay. It's just a little quick mental math. I've deducted it off of my credit stick. If we get a
Okay.
refund, we get a refund. If not, I'm sure we can sell some of the gear we find.
Yep. So, yeah, I mean, this place is busy. There's crowds, people walking every which way. Like you said, behind him, there are some information terminals. Like if you need to book transportation or lodgings or find out information about the city, there's you can find all of that out at these information terminals.
Just walk up to an information terminal and
Let's see where we gotta go.
terminal. Do you have voice command?
Oh yeah, you could just talk to it.
Terminal.
Hello, computer.
Tell me where the headquarters for Eclipse is, and the quickest transport that'll get me there.
Eclipse Innovations is located in the East Facet near the Assembly of Nations. You may take several routes of transportation to access the Eclipse Innovation headquarters. There are trains, taxis, and it'll just sort of rattle off a whole bunch of options.
I'll use whatever online application there is to summon a taxi with the destination being Eclipse Innovations headquarters. And I just look at those and say, I don't see any reason to do anything but take the bull by the horns. If you have a different idea, I'm open to it.
Do we want to go into the belly of the beast, or?
I want to go into the belly of Eclipse and find the beast.
You can secure lodgings. I mean, I'm not going to tell you what to do. Just say there's other things. But if you want to go straight there,
I think weirdly, I mean, it's obviously going to be a huge place. I'm sure we could scope it out, see what's going on, right? And
Everybody's going to think we're crazy, just
Yep.
like that guy we called.
Yep.
Well, I didn't really have a plan as much as a lot of intent to act, but maybe you've got a good point there. Maybe.
Computer, what are some good places to eat near the Assembly of Nations?
Where do the fancy people eat? Who have really fancy pants, you know?
That's a good idea.
near to the Skyport is the Sky Jade, a luxury hotel in the city's northwest facet. It accommodates high rollers and spacious suites and includes up to 4 beds, a full kitchen, ballroom, laundry room, and maid service. You can also have drinks from the rooftop hotel bar. It has
good.
It's just gonna rattle off sort of other amenities: spa, pool, tennis court, blah blah blah.
The
It'll go
AI on
and
this
on.
computer is not real great because that doesn't seem to be anywhere near the Assembly of Nations. It's all the way across the city.
Oh, yeah, why does it say northwest? I'm sorry, I might have wanted to say northeast. I apologize. Northeast!
Yeah, the northeast. That's right.
It's
My
that
bad.
Google search. It's that Google search we did, and this is the ad-supported one.
Yeah,
You know, they
exactly.
paid to have their
You
ad
always
first.
got to scroll down a little bit there.
I
Yeah.
meant to say northeast. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay. Much better.
I think that's our best
Yeah,
bet.
this AI's got attitude, huh?
She knows a few things.
Let's stay with the hoity-toities.
I like that idea.
Yes. Computer, please modify that cab request. We'll try going to it was the Jade. Sorry.
Yeah,
what was
the
the
Sky
hotel?
Jade.
The Sky Jade. Thank you.
I do like the sound of rooftop drinks, not gonna lie.
Yeah, so, you can easily take a cab there. Cabs cost, I mean, they're like such an incidental amount of money. It's like 1 credit per 10 miles. You're not going terribly far. It's going to cost you, I don't know. So what, each square is 3 miles here or something like that? Okay, about 2 squares. I mean, it's gonna
I
cost
mean, if
you
it's
like
10 credits, I'm not too worried about it. If it's not something
No,
that's more than
it's
hundreds
such
of
a-
credits.
It's such an incidental amount of money. I'm not even gonna make you straight. It's gonna be like 2 credits. You're not going that
Yeah.
far. Like
I'll cover it, guys.
So,
I got this.
Search the seat cushions.
yeah. So you very without incident make it to the Sky Jade. It is an extremely ritzy place. I mean, people there are to the tents. They either look like they're very high, powerful, maybe business people, or just very. They're rolling in the credits type people. So you could walk up to the front desk. I mean, now you look like
I know. I was just thinking that.
not the person who would have the money to stay here.
I don't know. I'm wearing some very nice Skyfire armor. It's it's the upgraded kind. It's kind of fancy.
But
I got a cowboy hat.
a
Nice
very
hat.
A very slick, highly augmented, well attired android will attend behind the front desk and will kind of look over the four of you. Give you an up and down and say, "Welcome to the Sky Jade. Are you looking to stay the night?"
The soup kitchen is down the street in the riffraff district.
I mean, if androids had looks that could kill, yeah, that would kind of be the look that you're getting from this.
I still got my clip-on bow tie from the party.
Yes, a room, if you'd please. What are the rates?
So it is $250, or for 250 credits per night for our standard rooms. If you're looking for one of our suites, they begin at 500 credits a night. If you're looking to rent staterooms, they are 1,000 to 1,500 credits a night.
I thought we were just coming to the Sky the
you're
rooftop restaurant.
Oh, drinks are complimentary from our rooftop bar to our guests.
I mean, we could have operations.
Was there not a restaurant up there? One of those fancy spins around, sees the whole city kind of restaurants?
Yes, for our guests.
I mean, yeah, I want a 4-bedroom room. I would like a room.
All right. One of our suites. Will you all be staying in the same room?
Yes.
She's just like really rubbing this in. All right. For how many nights?
We'll start with one, and then we'll see where our travels take us.
All right. And she's gonna like. That will be 500 credits.
Okie dokie.
Make it rain.
All right. She like takes the credits and her face kind of softens, and then she hands back like the credit stick to whomever handed it to her, and it'll be like, "Enjoy your stay. Please, if you need a concierge to review any of our vast amenities, please just let us know. You can call us through our comm system here at the Sky Jade. And as you are paying guests, please enjoy the complimentary service of the rooftop bar."
I will.
So this comm system you use, do you happen to know who the software vendor on that one is?
Yes, we're very close partnership with Eclipse Innovations. In fact, they are one of the largest providers of technological communication services across not only Kuvakara, but Verces.
Yeah. So, like, if we need anything, I'll just come down here and tell you in person. Physical being to physical being, no software interface involved.
As you wish.
Yeah, that's how I wish.
Cards for your room. She's just like, she feels kind of slighted by this, and I think you kind of catch it in her face because she's an android.
Mm-hmm.
She kind of is like,
Soul to soul. That's what
I forgot to ask though, like, do we get any free upgrades, or just I always ask when I stay somewhere. Can we get a higher floor?
Oh my God. She's just gonna look at you and just kind of like, enjoy your stay. Just gonna hand over the cards.
Well, you're not getting the tip. All right.
Thank you for your courteous service. We look forward to our stay here.
Yeah, so you're like, I don't know, mid tower. I don't know. You have a suite.
Not
So
bad.
it includes the 4 beds. It has,
Jump on
the
the
full
beds.
kitchen, bathroom. You have laundry service, so it's like if
Feeling
you
good,
need to,
Cass, huh?
yep, you can go to the top and enjoy whatever they do up there, hors and drinks and things. So
I thought that we weren't that kind of stream.
you decided to stay at the fancy hotel.
And the beds are great for jumping. Love it. Super springy.
The hors d'oeuvres are very much expensive at
Hors
WS.
d'oeuvres. Hors d'oeuvres. Very high-end hors d'oeuvres.
But don't drink anything from that bar over there. That's per charge. We can get better value elsewhere.
Yes.
Yeah.
To be honest, that sounds good. I don't.
I mean, we could just head up to the bar and have whatever discussion we feel we need to do to make whatever plan that we need to execute that's between us and confronting Kion and possibly holding him over the balcony by his throat of a 100-story fall to get him to talk.
Easy,
This is good.
easy.
No,
there.
this is good. Get it out now before we go up to
Yes.
the rooftop.
Yeah.
Perhaps we should go to
I
the
actually
gym
love this
first.
plan.
Everybody could run off some steam.
I'm trying real hard to reel it in, but I keep thinking of they're just lying there,
I know.
I know.
shredded
Yes.
up. And it's
Yes.
because Kion and whoever he's working for decided they wanted to play with their toys in very dark ways.
I don't
Yes,
know,
we
man.
could head up. We could head up there and see what's going on up at the top, but we also have to consider if what happened at New Elysium is to happen here in a few days. Other plans might have to be concocted.
Yeah. I mean, I was just thinking, like, can't we look up some of these people that work at Eclipse, get an idea of what they look like, and see if we can find anybody here?
Yeah, I could work on that.
So at least we have somebody
Reasonable
to
start.
start with. Yeah.
Right. Let's head up to the
And
Jade
let's
and do a little
let's
bit of
change.
research.
Should we change? We really are sticking out there, man.
I guess I
I
could
mean,
at
yeah,
least
I mean-
shower.
No, I've still got the nice fancy duds from the big gala event.
That's true.
Yep.
Put those
Let's
on
get
before we head upstairs. We'll fit in
dressed
a little bit better.
You'll be fancy. All right. Yeah, you can do all that. You can shower and rest and get all dolled up to have drinks. I don't know. Again, if you have any kind of device, like a data pad, and I'm sure one of
I
you
have
does.
several.
I know you took many data pads.
I got my comment.
They were
You
just
can
there on the
probably-
floor.
You can probably get them to connect to the infosphere here if that was you wanted to do research of like Eclipse innovations or anything like that. So
Yep,
if
I'm
that-
I'm definitely gonna do that.
okay. You can do that while you drink. Data pads are portable, so I mean you
I
can
like
be
this.
having drinks while you do that. Okay. So in regards to like Eclipse Innovations, yeah, their main headquarters is right here in Kuvakara. There's not a lot on the public infosphere, like as far as like details about the building. I mean, you could certainly find articles about Kion, him spearheading several projects for experimental cybernetics, for his philanthropy work. Like I said, he's not seen as a villain. He seems like a decent person, at least as he's painted in these articles. There is a mention that the company is, like, recently made plans to move, or has moved a good part of its operations elsewhere, but that its main headquarters still resides here in Kubakar and Verces. But you're not finding, I don't know what other information you might be trying to find, but you're not really finding, like, schematics or anything like that.
No, I think we were looking for more like
People.
employees.
Where's his LinkedIn? I want to see who's his friends.
Kion really is like the face and the voice of this company. You are not seeing profiles for like CFOs or COOs or board members. Like, it's Kion. Anything that is talking about someone who works there, it's talking about Kion.
Weird.
Yeah, it's a little strange. I mean,
That's very
A little
strange.
bit, yes.
well, I don't know. There's other options. Like, we could try to. I don't know. Are they hiring? I could try to get.
Do
a
they
job in
actually-
there.
Do they have their own building? Or are they?
Oh yeah, the Eclipse Innovations headquarters is its own building.
Okay.
Yep.
Can you get any data on maybe? I mean, how many people work there? How many? What's the estimated?
I mean,
Workforce.
it is a large office building with several floors. It doesn't really specify. You would imagine like at least a few thousand people work within the headquarters. Now, this would be like the administrative sort of hub of the building. Operations are probably elsewhere, but this.
What? Man, I don't know. What's the call? Do we just try and figure out Kyan's moves and just confront him?
You can still talk to some people up top and see what they know about the place and
Yeah.
stuff.
I mean, legitimately, I could go. We could all go in looking for a job.
Nikki,
do
with
we-
the pad that you got back on New Elysium, or pads, and with the experience you had with the server that was actually emitting the signal, do you think you'd be able to craft up some kind of detector that would let us know? Because I'm thinking they've got a very large building here, very close to this what was it called, the Assembly of Nations.
Yeah.
What if they've got some kind of antenna array they build on the top of their building that they're getting, that maybe if they haven't fired up Penumbra yet, what if they're doing like testing? There might be signals that might be detectable, just so that we get an idea of whether they already have something that might be attacked. That might be something we could disable if we had to. Now, I'm not saying that's step one. I'm just saying
Yeah.
a contingency is if we find out they've got some kind of generator and transmitter on the top of their tower, that we find a way that we have a backup plan of destroying that before things get out of hand on the planet.
Yeah, I can try to work on that. With something that'll take me a little bit. Base it off of what our friends were able to do.
And Cass, your idea, maybe it's a pretty fancy place. Maybe in the restaurant and bar where maybe we can do some social contacting and see if we can find anybody who's doing business with Eclipse, or somebody who's an executive there who just, is enjoying the facilities here. anything to get some kind of social connection to it. I don't know.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I like that. Sweet
Yeah,
talk
let's do it.
someone up there, maybe.
All right.
Worth a try.
Yeah, we can definitely do that. We'll see what you can glean out of the hoity-toity clientele here at the Sky Jade, but we'll have to do that next week.
Dun, dun, dun.
Also
Dun,
next
dun.
week. Also next week, you will have to be level 9. You have reached another level. Hooray! So,
I'm not dead.
Not dead yet.
And no, you get, caught up in dreams, but that's okay. Yeah, we'll see what you can find out about Eclipse Innovations. Maybe see Eclipse Innovations. We will find out next week. And I will go from there. So we are now officially in book 2 of Signal of Scream. So this is, in fact, we've moved from the Diaspora strain into Penumbra Protocol. So we are chugging along. This is going quite swimmingly, actually.
Good.
Yeah, your groin's not being cut open. Just
Okay.
reading the book.
Game masters cannot be held accountable for how crazy their NPCs are, all right?
I love
So-
it.
All I'm saying is she's decided what she wants. What she wants apparently is a face full of plasma. So I can't deny a lady who's asking very nicely for something I'm willing to provide. It seems like a gentleman's thing to do. She's decided that she's going to be evil and wants to have her face smashed.
That just has
That'll-
just like
Daxxon's gravestone. I
Yeah,
I
deny
saw
a
that.
lady.
people who need my solar weapon to their face. Kion Reese,
Yep.
Shadow Queen.
Philip was just going to get a little love tap. I mean, he was. I could tell he's just a little pawn. He's just a jerk. Just a little love tap.
Philip,
But somebody had to go and flay him
Philip
first.
didn't deserve what
He
happened to
no,
him.
That was
He did not
overkill.
deserve- Yeah, like
But he asked
poor
for it.
Philip.
So.
You were all like, Philip's a dick, and I'm like, if only you knew.
If only
Philip
you
doesn't
knew.
deserve his end. Like,
I just met him the other day, and he seemed very disturbed.
He was the other day, and then he's even more disturbed after he was lacking
That's
skin.
not right. Yeah, and then you just Vorlin just gets unceremoniously shot. No one blanked an eye at that one. No one batted an eye at that. But
She was screaming. at us. I don't know.
Wait,
I know
He's a
she's
woman
screaming
here.
out of the bushes. Like
We decide somebody
didn't
is
even
behind
meet
it
the
all.
woman.
They die
No,
right
I-
away.
I-
So I think Kion Reese is
I'm not-
behind it all.
All right, admittedly, I met her briefly, and then the bullet passed through, so it's an awkward meeting.
Was that Kane that shot her, or one of the robots? I
it was
forget.
one of the robots.
Okay, but Kane was controlling the robots.
Yeah.
If Kane manages to somehow find his way off New Elysium and show up at the Eclipse headquarters, that's fine. We got a plan for that.
all the ones we didn't kill get to make it there. So we just like brought everybody.
You just put them in
He brings the
the
surviving
void.
Buzzblades with him and says, "Do you want to try again?" And we're like, "We really don't want to kill him."
Why do you have all these beat up, slapped, half broken androids in your void space, or what's it called?
I forgot. Oh
We get
no.
put under arrest. There's going to be questions.
Yeah. You've just got people in sacks places. Like,
I'm a
Safe
doctor, I swear.
Safe.
all right. Well,
That's our way into Eclipse. We're going to sell them on. You can store people in here.
Look.
so much space. So slaps hood a void pouch. All right, let's go around and you can tell everyone where they can find you. I'll start with Dan.
Hey everybody, Dan from Avenue Studios. You can find us on YouTube, Rumble, and Twitch, and anywhere you listen to podcasts. We do actual plays as well, and we would love for people to join in for Monster May when we'll be doing a little fundraiser for a product we're going to be creating. So we're going to do lots of one-shots. Hopefully we'll have guests on from Moonskull and stuff. I'm working on that now, but that's the biggest thing, other than our Eldamon show too. That'll be coming out starting hopefully in April. History Eraser is a guest star on that, so it'll be fun.
So
That's
great.
what we got going on. I'll tag Kaio.
Hey, Kyle Zaber here, everyone. You can find me on a lot of the sites. The Queen shirt, the great Queen shirts are posting my link tree. Just click on that, and it'll take you where you need to go. And with that, Kristen.
Hey, so I'm also with Avenue Studios. So also going to be playing in the Eldamon campaign that's coming up. So I'm getting really excited. Got all the music. We're getting the art. It's going to be great. And History Eraser.
Just look forward to seeing me here next week and around the Moonskull server and dropping into chats for other streams. Looking forward to a lot of the upcoming things. The Eldamon on Avenue Studios is going to be great. We've got Strange Aeon starting a few weeks here on Moonskull, which I'm 2 weeks. I'm enthused about that one as well. That'll be fun to watch. And who knows what else? There's all sorts of cool things in the mill that people are going to be excited about. So
there is, in fact, some that I can't even say because they're so super secret.
Super secret.
But
Super.
I know everyone will love them when they get announced. It's going to be so much fun. And as always, Tuesday nights, you can catch us here for Signals of Screams, but we also have the Call of Cthulhu campaign and the Star Wars campaign running, not this week, but next week on April 4th. Strange Aeons is going to start, and of course there's all the other streams you can catch here on Moonskull, like the late night Wednesday night chat show and Sevi playing games and Whiskey and Wine with Arudai and Sam and Sevi. So just go ahead to the channel, check those out. There's something for everybody. But again, once again, thank you all so much for tuning in to us here tonight. I hope the rest of your week is wonderful, and we will see you on the next stream. Bye.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.